I'm in love with this stone. It is the ultimate superstar buy of the year, could we say so far? I'm going to say it, the ultimate. No disrespect to any other superstar buys. It is all about this. And peridot and lots more. We'll see it in just a very short sec. Good morning, everybody. Hello, all. Happy Monday to you. Oh, it's the start of the week. How was your weekend? Oh, yeah, an absolutely fantastic one. As it is the start of the week, obviously, it's important to point out what a special day it is today. National Poo Day, apparently. Yeah? Apparently, because it's A.A. Milne's birthday, aka writer of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, isn't that exciting? So get your poo sticks at the ready, because today we are going to bring you so many wonderful treats. We truly are. I've got for you some stunning gemstones. I've got some amazing quality pieces, I really do. I've actually had a charm just kind of put before me, which I'm over the moon for. Have you got anyone whose birthday is next month, whose birthday is February, or do you just love amethyst and high quality? Maybe you just know someone who's got a charm bracelet and you're thinking it's not their birthday for a few months, but if I get this now, I've already got their main present sorted. Because if that is the case, this is coming up for you later on. Heart on the inside, encrusted in gems on the outside. Oh my goodness, how astonishing is that huge piece. There are so many gemstones on this, aren't there? It is absolutely encrusted. That sensational, brilliant cut, that sensational diaphanity from that amethyst is phenomenal. And all with that hidden heart on the inside. Isn't that special? Isn't that so special? I mean, honestly, the quality of that is something else. It really is. That's going to be coming out for you under £20. Please bear in mind for me, and don't forget, do your research up until that point. We're not doing it in the first hour, are we? Or are we? No, we're not doing it in the first hour today. But do feel free for me in that first hour to do your own research. Have a little look. Where have you seen a charm with 1, 2, 3, 4... bags. I've started counting, obviously it's round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individual huge amethyst on there with all of that workmanship, all of those shoulders and that beautiful 925 on the top. All right, do your research. Think of those big well-known names. 925. I've never seen that well-known charm bracelet with more than one gem in it, or maybe 2 very small ones as eyes or something. Brand spanking new, that is. I've also got another brand new strand for you, which I think is going to knock your socks off for the quality. Huge piece, absolutely massive pieces. Labradorite. You love it, I love it. It's kind of hard not to, because for me it's got something for everyone. Wow, the amount of pinks and purples I'm getting in some of these is exceptional. I wonder if this is Madagascar. If it is, I'd be suggesting it's more of a spectralite, to be honest. But we've named it Labradorite, and I've got to say, I would say it's just on the cusp, wouldn't you? The quality of it is phenomenal. There's so many pinks and purples in there. That is sensational. That's coming up for you later on, and I just want to show you it as well, alongside the likes of the cabs. That'd be special. Ah, the strand is Madagascar. See, that to me, just by looking at it, due to the colouring of it, due to the amount of that beautiful shiller under the surface, and due to the location, to me, it's a spectralite. It really is, abundantly. Now, how do you feel about starting off with something a little bit naughty? I have got a brand new tanzanite for you as well, but I'm going to kind of make you wait for that, okay? Because the quality on it is something different. It really is. It's not a rondelle, which we used to see, and it's not a nugget, which we used to see, and it is some drops. I'm going to start off with a very, very cheeky price point now, though. And it's something that I think we could all do with getting our hands on. Head pins. Are you making someone that you love something sweet for Valentine's Day? And don't forget, when we talk about Valentine's Day, it's not all to do with your partners, is it? You can do it for your friends. You could do it for your family members. Well, if you have, then what about a selection of these beautiful heart head pins? Let me show it around for you. Gorgeous, tiny, tiny, tiny little detail on there at the end with a beautiful heart upon it. When we think of hearts, you think of loads of things, don't you? What do you think of? You think of love, you think of friendship, some of you might think of eternity, maybe you'll think of your children or your loved ones or even your animals. There's something very, very, very sweet and very kind of quaint, I suppose, about the heart shape, isn't there? And don't forget as well, it's actually a really, really usable shape. You can use it as petals if you wish. Even with these, you can use it like that. Especially when you've got so many of them. You've got absolutely loads of these here to play with. Your price point today on these is a very, very naughty one, I have to say. You ready for it? We are kicking off your week as we mean to go on. You've got me and my lovely team all the way through to Sunday. You've got a couple of days off. Wednesday, Thursday, but you have got us all the way through until Sunday this week, and we're going to be bringing you deals like this, I'm telling you. Now, I have been joined today by a wonderful guest designer who, due to traffic, we've given her a little bit of time to get everything together so that she's not, you know, rushing everywhere. We're not entirely sure her mic's on as of yet, but as soon as we get that turned on, we will go over to it today. Now, this is actually the first time I've got to work with this lady, so I'm really, really excited about it. I've done kind of the quick crossover from her, and we've kind of frantically had a bit of a gossip and a bit of a, hi, how are you? But I've never actually managed to work with her before. And looking at her pieces, I am so glad that today is the day. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Helen.
Hi, Becky.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, yeah. As you say, the traffic was a bit hectic out there today.
Yeah.
I've been on the road since 5 o'clock, but I've made it here in one piece, and it's such an exciting day, so I'm so glad that I'm here now.
Oh, I'm glad you're here as well. Were you stuck in the same traffic as me, whereby you sort of went past nothing?
Yeah, all the way, really.
Yeah, but no reason for it. And then you get a little fast bit, like, hey!
Yeah.
Oh, no. Handbrake on again. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't just me this morning. You have had a lot of fun with this first kit by the looks of things. Wow.
I really enjoyed it, yes. This is right up my street. These beautiful pearls for a start, and the amethysts, and all the quality in it is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is something special. I love the colours of this.
Oh yeah, and they all go together. I have slightly divided them out just because I wanted something a little bit, I had wisteria in my mind all week, so I wanted something a little bit more wisteria-y in the one. And the other one then, I wanted something flowery and something to brighten our days, really. Yeah. And these pearls certainly do that for you.
Oh, most certainly. You have got a real pop on those. You're going to enjoy them a lot. What do you think of essentials like little heart-shaped head pins?
Oh, you've got to have those, haven't you? You can't work without those. You need them for everything you do. And I always say, get all your stash in, get all your findings in, then all you've got to worry about is your design.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're rooting around for everything else, your design goes out your head.
You're right.
Then you just want to sit there and you want to get on with it.
You really
so you need those now.
You really, really do. It's just stunning, it really is. £3.95 for you today on those ones. So every single one of you's coming in. Good on you for getting up nice, bright and early for these treats. Okie pokely. Just to let you know, speaking of the heart charm will be coming up for you. It won't be in our first hour, but I promise it will be coming up for you at some point today. Scott's not told me yet. He's keeping us on our tenterhooks. Okay, bring in now clear quartz drops. Oh, sorry, I'm totally in the wrong area here. Oh, way up. Oh, go again. Whereabouts? Oh yeah, they're underneath me notes. What am I like? Oh, it's nice to have some clear quartz on. I feel like we've not had any in a while. We've had some plain shapes, but I don't feel like we've had any that have been so beautifully faceted as this. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Get ready. Oh my, the quality of this is actually really unique. It's got, on the surface of it, and let me take a really good look at that. On the surface of it, it's almost got a frosted-esque look. So these have not been as highly polished as they could have been, and that's a really nice look. It gives you a different appeal. And one of the reasons the lapidarists may well have decided to do that is because of the glow on these. Now, it's going to be extremely hard for you to see it just because of the angle at which the camera and the lights are, but you can almost see it on my fingers there. You see in the foreground? Could you see that glow as it just hits my hand? Let me do it a little bit. Can you see it sort of around the fingers? And then get ready, because you're going to get a glow through the body of these as well. Can you see that? You could even see it over here, can't you? Cascading onto my hand, that luminosity, that brightness, that vitality. Wow, that is phenomenal. Now, the reason that we'll have decided not to have over-polished on this is so that you can really, really get that brightness, can't you? You can really, really get that beautiful look. If we'd have highly, highly, highly polished this, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it is still faceted, it has still got a polish, but we haven't over-polished on it. We haven't taken off layer and layer and layer of this gemstone. Now, what that means is you're getting even more of that glow, because if we were to highly polish this, it would almost be counteractive for that internal glow, if that makes sense. So what you're getting is you're still getting this stunning brilliance, and if you've not seen a brilliance on a gemstone, I mean, look no further than this one here. So you can see all the way through it. Obviously, you can see my hand behind it, so the clarity's good. But wait for this internal light captivation. There it is. Can you see it? There it is, internal luster, sometimes it's referred to, sometimes in different gems it's referred to as a fire or even a brilliance. The quality of it is absolutely exceptional. I've got to say, you don't always get that look within a quartz. You'll know if you've purchased quartz before, you don't always get that glow. A really beautiful strand, I have to say, graduated from an 8x5 to a 13x7. One price point on this today, but I don't know what it is, if I'm honest. Well, I will be completely honest, that is not the price point I was expecting. I'll be totally honest. I know that our quartz price points were going to be very, very good. I was expecting around the $14.95 mark at a great price. I was not expecting $9.95. Actually, at JewelleryMaker prices, if I'd have brought this to you at $19.95, I'd have been over the moon for you, but $9.95 is almost to me uncomprehendable. What do you think of that, please?
That is unbelievable. And for quartz, for me, is something very special.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of quartz.
I agree.
And I do a lot of mindfulness, and it's one of those you can have around your neck. You can feel the coldness. You're having a busy day. You need to come back down to earth. Just touch that necklace and feel that quartz against your skin. And honestly, it does you the world of good.
It's just such a kind of interesting gemstone when you read into all of its history and folklore and tale. And I think when you look into this, you can almost see the stories behind it all, can't you?
Oh, definitely. And I'm sure we could make a few stories up as well, Becky.
I'm absolutely sure, completely. If you do want to treat yourself to this, then please do check out those baskets. My computer's playing up, but I am being told that there are plenty of you who have already checked it out, so congratulations to every single one of you. But also to everyone who has got it in their baskets, it is important that you do check this out at this moment in time, because also you're getting a mammoth amount of these. I mean, it is a huge amount you're getting. And to have that graduation as well, making it extremely workable. Okay, we're about to head over to Helen very shortly, but I'm just going to squeeze in for you. Oh wow. Oh, wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to just be over the moon that you've tuned in so early on in the day. You really, really are. I've got 10 of these. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely stunning. Oh, one of the most sensational gemstones in the world. The quality of this is absolutely phenomenal. Are you ready? Some of this coming from literally the highest points in the earth. This, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most travelled gems in the world, your kyanite. Oh my goodness, look at this for me, please, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is going to go. This is a very, very special gemstone. This is your Brazilian kyanite. This gemstone forming around the time of Pangaea, around the time when you had all of the continents as we know them now kind of together, as it were. And then due to things like tectonic movement, due to the earth itself kind of developing as to what we know it now, you get this movement, you get this dispersion of this gemstone, all essentially forming from one place, all essentially forming from one part of the earth and from one location, that then spreads and moves with things such as, you know, the movement of parts of what we kind of essentially know now as Australia and that area, moving up for over millions and millions and billions of years, you know, and the collision of what is, of course, now India, to create those high peaks of kind of the highest places in the earth. This itself derived from that same movement, bringing you from the Brazil location that we have this, your Brazilian kyanite. And what you get for me, which is astonishing with Brazilian kyanite, which you tend not to get from kind of the locations in Nepal, is this astonishing glow, that shimmer underneath the surface. If I hold that for you, and you can just see that light bouncing internally. It's one of the most difficult gemstones in the world to cut. It's one of the most difficult gemstones in the world to get, and I'll be completely honest, for this location, this is by far the best quality I've ever seen. In Brazilian kyanite like this, you do get the opportunity of this sheen, and I just have to show you that there. Look at that. That is absolutely a wonder to behold. It looks mystical, it looks magical. It's extremely rare, and I've got 9 opportunities left now. Ladies and gentlemen, started with 10, 7 left at this occasion. Honestly, it's phenomenal. You ready for this? I can't get over that. I cannot get over that. No. What? Whoa. This should not, in my eyes, and I know my kyanite, I love kyanite, I specialise in kyanite for my GIA, that is astonishing. To get this quality under £80 is absolutely phenomenal. To get it at a dropped price of $59.95 is absolutely unheard of. When's the last time you saw a kyanite of this quality from this location? I'll be completely honest, I haven't ever here at JewelleryMaker before. When's the last time you saw a kyanite that has that much glow under the surface, that is that abundantly strung? Because look, you've got 112 carats worth. Oh, I've got 4 opportunities left now. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, I'm over the moon for you. All of you connoisseurs out there, get your hands on this, look at it in the flesh. You know, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You won't be using it, I doubt highly, but genuinely, completely and absolutely natural, stunning gemstone. One of the most historical, one of the most kind of almost mystical in the sense of how it actually came to be, how if it weren't for all the movement of Pangaea, if it weren't for all the separation of these individual continents, if it wasn't for the heat and the pressure. This gemstone is amazing. This gemstone actually forms under a pressure of, you have to imagine, love a bit of imagination time on Monday morning, imagine a full lead block, It's like a meter's worth block, so a meter by a meter of lead that's around about a miles high in weight, pressing upon this for years and years and years for this to form. That's what it's like. It's absolutely astonishing. Well done to everybody. Okay, I've got 2 of those left. They are about to sell out though. Well done to every single one of you. And don't forget, in particular from this kind of location, as a company, we tend to only get 2 parcels of this a year. So it's an extremely rare gemstone indeed, extremely rare. Astonishing. Well done, everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon for you. And do you know what? This would go really nicely because of the colours with your kit, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, yeah, definitely.
In particular, if you wanted to pair it with the likes of that amethyst or even the pearls. So, tell us first off, because we've not worked together before, how do you feel when you open up a parcel that we've delivered to you or that you've picked up here?
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
First of all, you get one of obviously the delivery drivers, and they're excited for you as well because usually they're the same ones.
Oh, good. Oh,
so
good.
they actually come to the door and they say, oh, you know, you've got a parcel.
Love
so
that.
you get the box and you open it up and you don't know, you haven't got a clue really. No. And then you have a look and it's the most wondrous colours coming through and you think, wow.
Yeah.
And then I see pearls and I get excited anyway. Then I saw the amethyst and thought, oh my word. And then is it ametrine? Is it
that we have in here? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, yeah, ametrine 100% to my eye.
Yeah,
and to your eye.
I thought,
it's described as amethyst though.
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't sure. But it does, to me, there's a lot of citrine in there. But amazing parcel. And like you say, you open it up and you think, oh, what a lucky girl I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agree with that. This strand that we've got here, and I've got to say there are some phenomenal, vibrant tones coming through on this. The reason we've called this amethyst, because I think it's safe to say there are a few citrine tones on here, aren't they? The reason we've called this amethyst is because some of these gems might be completely purple, and therefore we call it amethyst just to kind of cover our own backs, really. It's like you're getting the citrine just as an added little bit of sunshine. It really is. It's like Mother Nature could not be tamed and you're getting these added extras in there. And ametrine's one of those gemstones which I just adore so much. You've got that creativity of the amethyst with the happy feel-good vibe of the citrine together. I bet that's kind of how you felt when you were working with it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and to me it gives a feeling of movement within your pieces.
Yeah.
And I always think you can design and then the gemstones bring that design to life.
Yes.
And ametrine's one of them because it's so different.
Yeah, it gives you something.
Both. Yeah.
Individual, I suppose.
Unique. Yeah.
Totally. A stunning strand there for you. Not often that we get to see a strand like that at all. I'm then going to bring you a whole different kettle of fish in the amethyst department. Wow.
This was wow. This is amethyst as anyone would know it.
Oh.
It's just stunning, isn't it?
It is absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? It's so rich, it's so deep in its colour. The saturation is just wowzers, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And when you look at the quality of it, if I pair this charm I have alongside it, that kind of goes to show you the quality of the strand, actually, doesn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because the depth is there, the quality is there, that colouring is there, the saturation is there, both in the strand. And actually, usually when we get you the gem quality pieces like this, you'll expect a big difference, a big variation. But you just haven't got it, have you? That's coming up for you later on, ladies and gentlemen. I guaranteed you under £20 for that, which is astonishing. A gorgeous strand there of that amethyst. Everything you'd look for in an amethyst. Everything, I think, anyway, you'd look for in an amethyst. And that is an 8mm round. I've also got some more rounds coming for you in the form of this multi-coloured strand of hematite. I love that you get a real variation in the colours on this. So you can obviously work them all together, but you can just work individually if you so wanted to, couldn't you? Really pretty indeed. You've got the colours of the blues, the silvers, the golds, and those kind of gunmetal colours. Really pretty indeed. And then pearls. Now, Helen, are you a pearl lover?
I am.
You are? What is it about them you adore?
I'm a pearl collector, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Tell me more.
A long time ago. It did start with vintage pearls before I knew about JM. And then I started buying sort of vintage pearls that a few were damaged. And I was looking for somewhere to match them up.
Yeah.
Found JM and thought, oh my word, this is amazing. I now can match my vintage up. Then the vintage went sideways and the new strands come in and I started designing with the new strands. And the pearl quality, the colours that you don't get, you know, from way back when.
No, true.
So much choice, so much character again. And the shapes, the colours, everything you can expect, really. Within, you know, for your designing purposes.
Totally. And with your vintage pearls, when you were buying them, what kind of price points were they?
Oh, they were in auction prices, but I was paying 3 figures.
For auction price.
But it would be one or two, you know, they were damaged as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they, it depended on obviously what they were as well, because obviously if it was the South Sea, which I know now, you know, we can get the equivalent here.
Absolutely,
and it's unbelievable, but in the outside world, in the real world, they're not those sort of prices.
No, completely.
You know, they are around 3 figures.
Well, I guarantee you that this whole kit will be under 3 figures for you today, even though we've got loads of wire in here, including our long lost friend. Oh, the amount of guest designers who have been absolutely begging Pip and everyone else to get their hands on this in a kit is astonishing. 100 meters of 0.4. That is a special deal, in particular in the coffer. Very special indeed. 100 meters for you. If you recall, we stopped doing 100 meters for a fair few months. It's back in this kit, so if you want it, you know what to do. And I've also got 10 meters worth of your 0.8 in the antiques bronze, and I've got your 0.4 as well in that antiques bronze. So all of this coming for you today at one price point. It's your Twists and Coils collection. 4 strands, 120 meters worth of wire. Now already that price is astonishing, actually. If you think of the quality you've got in here, that beautiful amethyst of the nuggets, that stunning richness of the rounds, that really wonderful kind of interest on those organic pearls, and then also the multicolored on that hematite. To get 120 meters worth of wire as well is astonishing. We are going to drop this down for you, though. Now, this, for the amount you're getting, is very, very naughty indeed. That price, I thought you said 29.
Wow.
That price, ladies and gentlemen, is incredibly naughty. So naughty, in fact, that if Helen, say, wanted to purchase herself another, she'd be better pretending she wasn't a member of staff. That price point is phenomenal. That is absolutely sensational. What do you think of that?
That is ridiculous, to be honest. If you see what you have there, you'd pay that for the wire alone. And then you've got all the gemstones for free, and they're high-end gemstones.
Yeah.
It's just mad, isn't it?
It's special, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very, very special, yes.
I wonder how much per component. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 components at £19.95. £2.85 per component. Including that's one component. That stunning amethyst is one component. That I can't go over that.
Not me. That's crazy
that
prices.
That is so silly, isn't it? Good silly. Very good silly indeed. Hello, Helen. I'm not saying good morning. Because you were rushing around and dashing about. And are we doing some cooking today, Petal?
Yes, we are. Yes, I brought the
chopping board. Brilliant. You've got loads of goodies set up today. What are we going to be? What techniques-wise are we going to be doing today?
Well, it's all about coiling today. I love the coiling anyway. It's my big thing within wire hemo. I use a lot of coils. But this is without the wire hemo. No, this is just incorporating coils within your designs.
Fantastic.
And there's a couple of different techniques, really. So
brilliant.
Would you like to start?
Yeah, fantastic. We are bringing you to create your coils, the Coiler Gizmo. Later on, it's back in stock. And we'll also be bringing you some more treats throughout the show. If you want to join in with us and get involved with us, all you need to do is get the kit, and then you can watch this back on YouTube at your own leisure. Just make a note of the date. You can watch it back at your own leisure once you've got the kit for all the step-by-step tuition from the lovely Helen. So which piece are we going to have a little look at?
Well, what I was going to do, instead of pieces, if I go through the individual techniques, and then you've got a bit of everything, because we know how to string, we know how to, put our different clasps and things on.
Fantastic.
So let's just go through the sections.
Wonderful.
So the first thing I was going to do was what I call the wisteria, the very first one here. Yes. Just to show you how to get the components on, and then your individual, because that's all one piece all the way through, and how we're going to get those leaves on.
Fab.
So we start off, I think it's the 0.8, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the kit. But we've got the smaller one there, but it's exactly the same.
Fab.
Just I used it.
It's all right.
It's really nice to use. Okay, so all you do then is, I'll show you how to gizmo in a minute on another piece, but I'm just going to go through this one first.
Okay.
So all I've done is gizmoed, and I've done 1.5 inches of the antique wire in, that's 0.4 as well, this particular one. And then the second wire is a 0.8, and it fits easily. I say that now, I've cut it off, there we go, perfect. Straight onto there. So we take that to our other end of our wire, and then all we do then is I'm going to do a loop around for the coils to meet at the bottom of the loop each side and twist. Now it doesn't matter what your undercolour is of your wire, so this could be the copper colour, it could be any colour you want. In fact, it's quite nice showing through as a different colour. So I hope you can't find it too difficult to see that I have got a loop on there.
Yeah.
The next thing I do is I'll take my longest tail now, and these fantastic amethyst ametrines fit on the 0.8.
That's fantastic.
It is for especially for stability in a necklace. It's perfect. And all I did was fit 3 on there. In fact, I did pop a bead on first. I've used
one of
the
the
gold
hematites.
ones, yeah. Oh, the hematites, sorry. I have popped a gold one on there, but I'll pop the silver one on there because it's come to handy. I'm just threading on now those lovely citrine amethyst citrines. But they really bring your pieces to life, and the shapes are brilliant as well because you want that shape in a wisteria. So I'm just threading these on. If I can find the hole first thing in the morning, there we go. So I've got one on, and now I'm going to do the next one. Exactly the same sort of thing, you just slide it on, down to the bottom. And if you want, I did it right and left, so obviously I've gone to the right with that one, now I've turned it over and gone to the left with this one. Doesn't really matter because you can move them later.
Okay.
That's all I've done is twisted, and then I bring my wire up and behind. Now I've left these open, and all you need to do, my pearls have disappeared. Oh, can I just go out to shot a second?
Yeah, go ahead, don't worry.
I can see them over here. With the other, I knew they were there somewhere. Now the pearls are absolutely gorgeous. But being pearls, they always have their own little drill holes and their own little shapes and their own little quirks, which is why we love them so much. So for that, I use the 0.4. In this one, I've used the copper, but you can use the antique. And all I'm doing is popping on there. So that's a bead on a 0.4. Now that's brilliant in itself, isn't it? Because sometimes our holes are quite small. And all I'm doing is bringing that around the bottom of my leaf. I'm pushing it through from the back until it sits. Now what I like about doing a leaf is, or a bud, is that any pearl, it doesn't matter about the shape, because the actual shape of the coil will give you a little bit more definition to your jewellery pieces.
It almost outlines it to the shape you want.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I just take my nail then. Unfortunately, they're not nail varnish nails this morning. I've been in a rush. But I take it to the top of the coil, and I just separate the coil out, so you can just see I've separated one out. And that's just really for this wire to sit in, and it'll sit nice and flush. Now in some designs, I'll keep this wire at the top and do a couple of little squiggles just to embellish it. In this particular design, I wanted it all about the colour of the pearls. So I literally just take it and snip as close as you can. I've done 2 winds around, and then all you do is, oh, I can't go anywhere without Zurons. And I'm just tapping and making sure that there's no ends as usual, you know, what we like with our wire. We're just going to make sure that there's no sharp edges there. So that's really that section. So that then I just continued all the way around there. At the very beginning, I did do a little bit of 3 wire hemo just to thicken the wire a little bit to balance it. So around the neckline higher up is a little bit of, you could do a braid if you're not into the wire hemo, or you know, any sort of wire twist in there, not a problem. Oh, you've got wire twisters there.
I absolutely have.
That's perfect for that then, for the beginning of the necklace on there.
To give you that kind of strength and look to it.
Because you need a bit of balance, because the citrines are wonderfully shaped, but they're quite large.
Yeah.
You just need that extra bit at the top. So 3 wires twisted would be perfect.
Fantastic.
And that's exactly what you can do.
I've got some of those treats here for you now, actually. Yeah, absolutely. So the smaller one or the larger one? Fantastic. I'm going to bring you the 9-inch wire twisting pliers now. Now, these ones are a cracking bit of kit. Can you see that there, Carrie? Yeah. Can I? Cool. This is a cracking bit of kit. It really, really is. It's one of our longest standing members of the wire twisting family. And it really is super duper useful. It kind of does what it says on the tin, to be honest. It twists your wire for you, but it doesn't just do the action upon it. What it actually does is it makes it even. It makes it professional. It can work hard on your wire in the making, in that instance of doing it. And it can kind of make your life a bit easier, really, can't it?
Oh, a lot easier, yes. Before this lovely sort of piece of equipment came out, you know, we were all there tying it to this, tying it to that, trying to twist our wires, and the only way you could do it was with your hands. Yeah. You couldn't do much with it. It was never even. This, quick, even. You've got the intertwining, and you can actually use it on other things, not just the wire.
Oh, really?
Like some of the sari silks, the ones with the very fine ones with the wire in.
Through it, I know what you mean.
You can use that as well.
That's a good idea.
So there's lots of different things you can use it for. Your aluminium as well is very good with.
Perfect for that, actually.
Yeah. And there you can see a good demonstration there. That's a really good demonstration. And it's up to you how fine or thick you want that coil. You're in full control.
Yeah. You can use different coloured wires, you can use different thickness wires, you can use not just 2 together, you can use essentially as many as you can fit in there. Should be almost £18. This is a very silly price point. Don't expect this price at all times. Should be almost 18. Today it's £6.95 for you today, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really, really useful bit of kit, it truly is, and you can do huge, long lengths if you want to, and you can even do short pieces with it. It really is a great bit of kit. £6.95, what do you think of that?
Oh, well, at that price you've got to have it, haven't you?
It's a bit special, isn't it, really? It really is very, very special indeed. £6.95. And what section are we going to go on to next, Helen?
Okay, so the next bit I was going to show really was a little bit of the gizmoing.
Now, we do have a gizmo here.
Fabulous.
What is it about the gizmo that you love so much that you would get what essentially looks like one of your chopping boards and attach this?
I have there's 2 different types, and I have them both, and I use them both for different reasons as well, which is really great. Now this was your deluxe one, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Now this one you can actually take with you and use in your hand.
Oh, that is good.
Now this one is the one that I have fixed to my board, funny thing. So yeah, but you can actually use it. So, and I take this with me.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about this then. Obviously, that's all I've done is put it on my chopping board because I like to travel around with it.
Yeah.
But if you just get that out the way, you can even unscrew it, which I've done with mine, is you unscrew it, so all you've got is the bracket.
Right,
if you want to.
Okay.
And then you hold it, let me demonstrate.
Yeah.
There we go, and you've got your top bit there. Just cut off some wire so we can, I'll tell you what, I'll keep it on there. And what we're going to do is just bring it across. I've got it in front of the mandrel. I wrap it round the mandrel, and it wraps around that gap, because that's the gap you cut when you want to cut it off. You take it close to the mandrel.
Yeah.
And you keep your wire along the shaft here, the actual section that you're going to hold in your hand.
Got ya. Yeah,
now, you can leave that on, but I usually take that off. And you literally, bring it down, you literally just turn while it's going through your fingers.
I know, quick and easy is that?
And when I'm on the beach, believe it or not.
Oh, you don't, Helen.
Yes, I do. I'll be seen there, going away, truthfully.
Helen,
Yeah.
whilst you're relaxing on the beach, you got your gizmo out.
I got it all. Yeah, take it all.
That's so simple.
So you don't actually need to clamp it down.
That's
if you're
right.
on the move and you know you've got a commission on, and or even
Perfect.
to be honest, even if I'm a little bit stressed with children running around on the beach, just get it out and have a twiddle and you're fine.
You'll have a smile on your face. This hasn't been in stock since August. Can you believe? It's been absolutely ages since it's been in stock.
Because it's that easy.
Yes,
just hold it
I would.
down there, further down. That's it.
Down here?
Yeah, just keep your hand out the way. That's
Like
it.
this?
That's it.
Yeah.
And you just turn it.
That is so simple.
And the wire on this one, because it's alongside the shaft bit, the wire actually tensions itself.
Yeah, I see.
Now on the bigger one with the handle that you can't transport anywhere, it doesn't work like that. You have to create your own tension. So I actually prefer working with this one.
So you can keep it exactly as you want it.
On the other one, it's great. You know, if you're at home and you've got the big long rods.
Yeah.
But this one is my preferred go-to, as you can see today.
This is your go-to
I have
one,
brought the other
instantly.
one as well.
Yeah,
that
all
just
set up.
disappear out the way.
But this is the one that Helen goes for. Just to let you know
So
that
I've got the other one, but that's my go-to one.
time and time again.
Yeah.
Again, attached to another chopping board.
Yes.
You're so organised, Helen. I love
No.
this. You've got the different rod sizes as well, by the way, you're getting. So you go from really, really delicate that you can see here, all the way up to the larger one that we were using earlier on for this piece here. Sure, I can show you. There you go. So that's the kind of thickness difference that we've got there for you. So fantastic to be able to use that, and really easy, as you can see, to create your coil, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you just snip in between your gap there. That's what the gap's there for. You just snip that and slides off, as easy as that.
And there you've got it.
I just cut one coil off either side just to tidy it up.
That gives it a nice finish, doesn't it?
Yes. Except for I've picked up the wrong. See, I haven't picked up neurons and they're not sharp. This one should do it. There you go. That's better.
Fab.
And
See,
we've got
right
a
tools for the job.
Oh, I got it all. Yeah.
How fab is that? So there you go, you've got your coil there to do as you will, and we're going to find out exactly what else you could do with things like that right about now, aren't we? Fantastic.
Well, you can use this one on the end of kumihimo as well. You put a pin through the end of your kumihimo, up through. This coil sits on then and encloses all your ends of your kumihimo.
I get you.
You put a bead then through the top where the wires come out.
Yeah.
And you just do a loop at the top.
So it locks it all into place and gives it a really
and
nice
that's all
look.
it is a coil.
How simple is
Yeah,
that?
that's what you can do with the bigger ones.
Fantastic.
It is.
Brilliant.
We're going to look at the smaller one, just to show that what we can do with the smaller one.
Perfect,
But you could do this with the big one. It depends on what you want, really, how big you want your flowers. Now, with the flowers, I've got two different sizes there. I've got a very large one, which is the one on the right, and then the two then, so you've got the large one side, and then the two smaller ones. Now, believe it or not, it's exactly the same technique, and I've wound them on the same mandrel at the same time, and then the same length. I know.
Okay.
I will show you now.
Okay.
Right, so first of all I did was, you start off, as we did with the other one, we just get our 0.4.
Which you got 100 metres off, don't forget.
And that is great. Just keep going.
It's good to have that much.
Oh, yeah. I think this one I've got on today is 100 metres.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Wow.
So it goes a long, long way. Oh, and I got a bracelet out of it as well.
Fab.
So all I'm doing exactly the same as I just showed you. With the smaller or the larger mandrels, once it's on your board, you can just use your finger there. And as I say, the tension is fine, it's there. If you're using a 0.4, try not to take the wire through your hands.
Okay.
Just let the wire come up to the mandrel so you're not overworking the wire on the way up.
Yeah.
Because it can come brittle at the lower gauges. So once we've got 4 inches, now when I do 4 inches, I usually measure off the mandrel. So I will measure my mandrel and think like 4 inches and mark it.
I see.
And then you don't waste your wire then either. I know we got 100 metres, but I want to use it all, you know?
Yeah.
So I usually mark it and we have 4 inches then.
Fab.
So all I've done is gone along there and I've done my 4 inches. Which I've got here. I believe that's 4 inches. Let me just double check. Yeah,
perfect.
That's the one. Then, to get the double, so what we're looking for now is the double effect of these coils.
Yeah. So it's this section here. Yeah, if you pop it there.
Can you see it
Perfect.
there?
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's the look we're going for now.
So that's what we're going for. That's where we are at the moment on a single coil. And then we're going to make that into the double coil.
Fab.
So all you do is slide it through your wire.
Yes.
You can cut it off, but there's no need to really, and you can keep going.
Okay.
Don't know if I've got enough to show the whole thing. So I'll explain now what I've done. That'll be best because I haven't. Right. I'm going back on now. So I'm going back on with the wire that's gone through, the new wire.
So the new wire that's gone through the coil you did earlier.
Yeah, there's the coil there. And I've just gone through. And I'm going to start it off. Now I like to have quite a long tail. So I just gizmo about, say, a centimetre. And what this does is gives you choices of your size of your petals.
Okay.
And this is why they're all the same length at 4 inches, but the actual sections are smaller, which reduces the size of the petals.
I see, okay.
So I always start off higher because I never know how big I'm going to do my flower. Then all you do is you feed on your coil that's gone through there. And all I'm doing is exactly the same. Sorry.
That's all right, don't worry.
I need like something just for that to spin on really, don't I? That'll be my next job. So that goes and it just butts up to there. I'm not pushing it on, I'm just holding with my fingers at the back for it to sit on that coil.
Okay.
And that's all I'm doing. You can see there's no force in that. And I'm just winding round and round. That's all I'm doing. There's a little bit of a gap there, so you can push it up a bit if you want to. And I'm just winding on. And that gives you double effect, which I know we have a great DVD on because I started on that many years ago. With the lovely Rachel Norris, yeah. So we've got this, and you keep going, keep going.
It's so simple, isn't it? But the look's so unique.
But you can, if you've done, say, you can do 2 of these at the same time. So now I could have another coil sitting behind, and I could thread that on. So they're joined up.
Got you.
So I just take that off. And then you just have to decide how big or how small you want your petals. So on the bigger one, I cut it all the way up here, such as those ones. I've given them long tails, if you like.
Yeah.
So all I've done is cut them off. And when you cut them off, obviously every one that I've done for 5, because there's 5 petals, it is your same length.
Okay.
Now, the smaller ones, all I've done is literally cut down to there.
So you've got less of a tail.
Little tails, and so when they come around, they're much, much smaller.
I see.
Now I'll put one on, I'll do a flower, that's okay if I've got time. Have I got enough time for that?
Apparently 7 minutes.
Oh, brilliant.
All right.
Okay. So I'll make up a flower now, and I'll put the shorter one in there so you can see the effect.
Okay.
And yet it's made exactly the same time and the same way as all the others.
Brilliant.
Just pop that out the way now.
Just to let you know, at the bottom of your screen is the kit. We've not got a massive amount of those left. We're in the teens in quantity on it. And just to let you know, it worked out sort of £2 something per component, even though in there you've got things like amethyst and 100 metres worth of your 0.4. It's just fab.
Oh, it is fabulous.
It's fab, isn't it? Okay, okay.
Okay. So back to the necklace with the flowers on, and also the bracelet obviously is the same idea. The sections going through, you'll see that there is another leaf in there. Now it's a different leaf because the amethysts are going through it.
I see.
So it's done in a different way. I'll show you that in a minute. We'll just pop this flower together. So all I'm doing is 5 petals, and this is the 0.4 I'm putting the petals on, and you just pop 5 on. So that won't take a second because it's so easy to glide through.
You're literally just stranding them on. So simple to do.
It is, they just go through lovely. I'm going to put that little one on just to show you the difference.
Okay. So that's the one with the shorter tails?
Yeah, that's all it is. There's a shorter tail and it just gives you a different effect. And obviously if you want 8 little petals, you don't have to limit yourself to 5. It's just obviously 5 is... I don't know, it all seems to sit nice on a necklace. Well, I was told once that if you have 5, you give yourself a focal point. And if you have 6, the focal point goes to another design within your piece. So if you've got a necklace and you've got 6 on, you won't directly look at that. You will look at something else that you want as a focal point.
Yes.
And I thought, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So it just draws your eye in at different...
So you want these to be the focal, and therefore we've gone for 5.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double check myself. Give yourself a little bit of room there. I try and work off my reels because obviously you want to save as much as you can.
Yeah.
But if you want to just chop a bit off, that's fine. And all I'm doing is bringing it, and they're so flexible, they're so bendy. You can just literally bring them round and give a twist. Bring the next one over and around and give a twist. And if they sort of come loose, you twist them at the end. I thought this one was a bit more fiddlier. It's my little one. So we're just going to sit him next to the big one, which he doesn't want to do at the moment, only because he's a little bit smaller, and they're arguing over their tails. I've got a bigger tail than you, it's saying. But we will get there.
It's like Gizmo EastEnders, isn't it?
It is. That's
Whilst
exactly
you're
what's
fighting
happening.
them into place, really quickly, I'm just going to show you this. It's on your screen now. It's our small wire twister tool, just to let you know. And this one, the large one we had on earlier, is great for your longer pieces. This one's great for, we've been talking about portability. Great for portability. And also nice if maybe you've got some... finer wires, or maybe you don't need as many of the heavy gauge wires twisted together. So it's a great little tool, and also one that even younger people can get involved with. Should be £8.45, sorry, but actually the price we're going to do on this is an add it to your order deal.
Ooh.
£3.95 for you today. It's so simple to use. It's a great bit of kit. Once you've got it, you've got it. There's nothing to kind of, be lost about it. It's something that's always going to be useful, always going to be in style. £3.95, great deal there for you. Really great to get it whilst you can.
Oh, and again, that's great for travelling as well. If you're doing your gizmo stuff and you want a twist for part of the neckline. So with the flower then, all I've done is twist it round, nothing exciting. If you don't feel it's strong enough, you could even swap the petals around and just twist as you go. And then at the back I've left the 2 tails just so that we can have something to fix on, a fixture point. And then all you do then is embellish the middle. So you can see that's a little odd one there, and that's our little petal.
Can you see the slightly daintier one?
And
Yeah.
so you can see how it's made exactly the same way. It's just your little tails, or
a
your
little
big
bit
tails.
different.
And that's all that is there. So the next bit I was going to show you was just adding the amethyst. Now, going through there is beading thread. So you can twist the beading thread and it reacts no problem at all.
Okay, folks.
I've got a little bit of wire here just because it's for demo purposes.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is pop on. I'm going to pop on one quickly, one amethyst. I'll just show you one. 1 millimetre coiled wire. 1 millimetre coiled wire. Oops.
Oh,
Don't worry about
amethyst.
that. Never mind.
Mischievous.
So we're just going to bring that around there. And this time, instead of going to the right or the left, you come up through the middle.
Ah,
So you actually put it in the middle. You still split that off. So you put your, I haven't got time now, but it goes through the middle, your gemstone. You bring that up.
And it locks it.
You put another one in. So you actually got a line of them.
That's lovely.
And that's how that necklace was done.
That's how you get that kind of
Yeah.
vine-like
Yeah.
look on the leaves.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for
That's
showing us
okay.
all of those different
It was
designs. It's
fun.
nice, isn't it, to be able to
Yes.
see something a little bit different. We've got more makes coming up with Helen in our second kit coming up for you very, very shortly. After the break, though, finally he's letting us do it. Scott has decided that after the break, something will go great with this kit. The Amethyst Charm. Stay exactly where you are. It's brand spanking new and it's stunning. See you in a few minutes.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
We here at JewelleryMaker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you'll receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with JewelleryMaker FIFO reviews.
If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting. but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from JewelleryMaker. JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
February means many different things to many different people. Some people think about the weather, thinking about it being kind of the midst of winter. Some people might think about birthdays, and I'm sure a lot of you will be thinking of the likes of Valentine's Day. If you are thinking of birthdays or Valentine's or just gifts for yourself actually, this to me is perfect. This for me, ladies and gentlemen, is just excellence. When we think about amethyst, you think about the gemstone of love, a lot of you, won't you? It's once believed that St. Valentine himself wore this gemstone to help strengthen love and to help strengthen relationships. How perfect then that we would decide to, on this stunning charm piece, not only get the Valentine gem of love, but also go to the effort, time and thought of creating that heart detail on the inside. It's beautiful that it's almost a hidden secret, isn't it? It's beautiful that it's almost just for the wearer and the gift giver to know about. You wouldn't be able to see that if you were wearing it just normally on a large chain. It's just phenomenal. And let me just show you the wonder of the gems themselves. Oh my goodness. The quality of this amethyst is just too exceptional. Not only have you got astonishing dispersion there of light, so much so in fact that you're getting a lot of those pink tones through there. I don't know if you can see those as you get the light flashing. Can you see those pinks? They're kind of lavender-esque pinks, aren't they? Aren't they just delectable? Oh, so dainty in the colouring, but actually kind of in the flashes as they hit the eye. Very profound indeed. You've then got here that beautiful shoulder work which comes up and kind of clasps around each and every one of those stunning amethysts. When you look down around the side of these, almost in the fret area, you're getting all of that textured detail, and it makes it look really even more encrusted in fact, doesn't it? I've got loads and loads of multi-buyers on this, and absolutely why not? I promised you that this would be under £20, which, did you do your research? Did you have a little look online? Maybe you already know kind of the charm bracelet price points we're likely to be paying. I guaranteed you under £20, and I meant it. I meant a way under. But actually, with all the amount of you, and for this treat, we wanted to take another couple of pounds off. £12.95 for this charm today. This is genuine 925 sterling silver, ladies and gentlemen. It's the real deal. It's weighty as you like. You could absolutely be getting likely around 3 of these for the price of one of those well-known charms, and I've actually never seen that well-known charm with this many gemstones in it at all, ever. That is phenomenal. Helen, you wowed at this price.
Definitely. It's a really good quality. There's a lot of silver in there for that money.
There's a lot, isn't there?
And that amethyst is stunning. Set against it, it really stands out. And you put it with the amethyst at the kit earlier, the two together, 3 figures. You've got your sterling silver, you've got quality gemstone, you're talking 3 figures. And I would probably have 3 because you would want a set. I like to try and make a set when I can. And you could even put these in earrings, you know.
Yeah.
They could even go in earrings. That you don't be limited.
Yeah.
By
absolutely.
what, you know, have a go.
Completely.
So you've got a bracelet, you've got a necklace, you've got earrings from that. It's stunning.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? It is just exceptional. Over half of my stock has been allocated, ladies and gentlemen, unsurprisingly, I would say, because the quality of it is exceptional. The thoughtful kind of, the thought put into the designs, the thought put into the fact of giving that a heart at the side, the thought of going to the detail of kind of encrusting this in that beautiful high RI precious metal, the fact that we've gone for, to my eye, the gem quality Brazilian amethyst, because you are getting that dispersion of light, you are getting those pinks and those lilacs within the heart of the gem. Can you see? You totally are, aren't you? You totally are getting those pink flashes, those lavender flashes. That's just a beautiful, beautiful look, isn't it? $12.95 for you today. It's something very special. And don't forget, if you do love a bit of a heart shape, then we have got the head pins at the bottom of your screen. It was only $3.95. Which is genuinely astonishing, in particular when you think you can actually get this and all those head pins, and still they'd be under £20. I mean, it is something very special indeed, isn't it? Treat yourself to these ones whilst you can. Just to let you know that I do have the tanzanite coming up for you later on, and what I would say is, I personally think anyway, the beauty of this charm, the quality of this charm, I actually do think that tanzanite could easily be paired alongside it for the quality, and that is coming up for you later on. I'll give you a little show of it in a moment or two. Okay, way over half of my stock has gone on this. Now if you want it, you've got to come in and get it. It is the first time you've seen it, and I will be honest, it may well be the last opportunity that you get to see it as well. It is stunning though. It is oh so beautiful, and the quality, I mean, it's just obvious, isn't it? Imagine that on a dainty little chain.
Oh, definitely. You wouldn't have to really do a lot, well, anything with it. It's just so lovely. And even a really nice coloured leather thread you could get away with, you know, sort of something, either a purple, you know, get the purple leather threads, or even a bit of sari silk, you know.
Yeah.
That would work as well.
Definitely would work.
But the actual quality on it, you wouldn't need to do a lot because it'll just stand out.
It really does, doesn't it?
There's so many gemstones in it as well, isn't
huge amount, absolutely mammoth amount. Loads of you multi-purchasing on this, vast majority of you. Who are you buying for? Are you getting one for a bracelet, one for a necklace? Are you getting one for yourself and one for a loved one? Whatever you're multi-purchasing, I tell you what, you're getting yourself a true deal. You really are. Well done to everybody. Not a massive amount of those left. If you want it, get yourself on the phone as quickly as possible. Okay, I've got for you now. Wow, I didn't realise we had this in such a big size today. I don't have a big quantity though. I've got 20 of these. Now, we were having a little goss in the break about kind of the gemstones that Helen loves, kind of her history of getting into jewellery making and exactly why she adores jewellery so much. We talked a lot about pearls, but actually when we're talking about kind of unique and individual pieces, I wonder what this makes you think of. Your London Blue topaz.
Oh my word.
Special, isn't it?
That is so special, and you know, from a business head.
Yeah.
3 figures. I'm looking at 3 figures.
Yeah.
That's my business head. My designer head is saying clusters at the neck. Oh, I love that. I love a good cluster. You know, when they group together and you walk into a room and they go, and people just turn their heads and they look twice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And to be able to do it with your jewellery, because I've never been able to do it myself.
No.
So being able to do it with your jewellery is really special. And that is special.
It is, isn't it?
It's a head turner.
We don't generally get London Blue Topaz in by itself. We usually get it in one of the trio packs, don't we? You know, the ones where you'll get your white topaz and your sky blue, for example. That's because London Blue Topaz is something that takes a very, very long time to get our hands on. The process of actually colouring it in this manner is very, very difficult indeed. And also just getting it out of the ground to be able to give it this beauty isn't the easiest. The reason we go to so much effort to get London Blue Topaz out of the ground is because it is prestige. It is its status. And on this strand here, the quality is absolutely obvious. What you're looking for in a London Blue Topaz is you are looking for clarity. Now, clarity is not something we always get with a topaz at all, let alone one that has the London Blue colouring, because obviously that richness, the deepness can kind of, in essence, kind of dispel any of the translucency or transparency. But this one hasn't, and that is due to the workmanship and the quality of the original stone on this. Can you see any almost lagoon-like blues that kind of flash underneath that deep, deep, deep richness of that London Blue? Because I tell you what, I can. Even on that recording, I can see it. That goes to say to you that you've got high-end quality. That goes to say to you that you've got something that the evaluators will want to look for. You can see it just dripping in colour at the bottom of each and every one of these gemstones. It's phenomenal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've now only got 14 of these available. If you want them, you better come in quickly. You ready for this? Genuine London Blue Topaz, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most astonishing gemstones in the world at £99.95. I mean, as you were saying, you were expecting big, big, big price points up there for it. Were you expecting just double figures?
No, I certainly wasn't. Treble figures. You will get treble figures back, but you get treble figures back per piece.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, although you're paying a quality premium for that, it is a quality piece.
It is extreme.
And the quality jewellery that you will get, you'll probably get, I think, 2 sets out of that.
Yeah.
You know, and each piece is going to be worth £100. So that's 6 pieces, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're laughing. Or you could go, now I have seen this where you can use all that in one piece, and then you're talking 4 figures.
Absolutely.
With your silver or your gold. I think I'd go a little, push the boat out, maybe go for a bit of gold there, and you'll get your 4 figures.
Completely agree with you there. Do treat yourself to this one if you wish to. Your stunning, stunning London Blue Topaz. This one is... Oh no, mine's a different one. Mine is from, hello to you. This is from Susie. Morning, Becky, Helen, and all at JM. Beautiful blue topaz. What a stunning strand, Becky. Lovely to see you today. Mwah! And to you, wonderful lady. Oh, you had a nice weekend? I hope it was better than my weekend. Oh, Susie, I'm not afraid to tell you, my washing machine overflowed the other day.
Oh, no.
And it stank. It was, because it wasn't full, I hadn't left a load in or anything. I'd turned it off and then opened it, and the water, it was like an eggy monsoon, Helen. Really was. It was grim. So I hope your weekend was better. Yeah, it was lovely, honestly. Whoa. Hello to you, Debs. I have a couple of London Blue rings, and the colour is stunning. It's so sparkly to a gorgeous gemstone. Deb, I've got to say, I'm very jealous of your London Blue topaz rings. Very jealous indeed. But also, you're right. The colour is stunning. The sparkle to this is absolutely flabbergasting, isn't it? Can you see it? Oh, it's absolute stunner, isn't it? So do treat yourself to these ones when you have the opportunity to do so. Nick says, love that topaz, would look gorgeous with the first kit. Nick's totally right.
Yes, oh gosh, yes. Yeah, definitely, please go for it because they'll all complement each other perfectly.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
with that
all
deep,
the
rich
tones.
amethyst.
Yes, definitely.
And what about with...
Oh, lovely contrast there. Beautiful, look at that.
Okay, so you've got London Blue Topaz, which we don't get to see that often at all, which is quite interesting, really, because we all recognise topaz, don't we? It's one of those names that you know when you're younger. I knew the likes of diamond and emerald and topaz when I was younger. It's a big statement name, but we don't get to see London Blue that often. It is a gemstone that once we get it out of the ground has to be irradiated and has to be locked away for months and months and months and months and months a year. But then to pair that with Tanzanite, you've got two very, very, very special partners here. You really do. You've got a stunning partnership. That's coming up for you later on, okay? Do stay tuned for that because it is a very, very special one indeed. Okie dokie. Where to, Scotty Pollock Bean? 13, I thought that's what you said. I'm going to bring... Oh, you're loving the hearts today, aren't you? Getting ready for Valentine's Day, eh? I've got these really wonderful little hearts for you here. Well, I say little, they're not. Look at the size on them. Oh. Great, aren't they?
Yeah, I was expecting something small there when you said that. And it's
Oh,
huge.
no. I've got these big, bold statement hearts. They're phenomenal. Aren't they pretty?
Oh, yes.
What would you be doing with these brass hearts, please, Helen?
I would actually like to use Zari silk with these, and I would take two, so that divide the necklace to a left and a right, and it goes through the heart.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
So that you're actually intertwining two sides and it's joined by the heart.
Oh, I love that idea. Joined at the heart. Oh, that is so lovely.
So that would be
nice
quite
connotations you'd get with that. Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah. And you could use another one below it then as like a tassel effect, a drop effect below it.
That'd be nice.
But to be honest, they look like great rings as well.
They would be actually. Big, bold statement. You could, and don't forget, you can ease these around, you can guide these around because they are brass at the heart of them. And you've got genuine silver plate over the top of these, so it's real deal silver over the top. And your average weight of brass is about 25 grams worth. A big amount of these. If you want them, you know what to do. 0800 644 655. Press option number 1 because at £9.95 they are working out as an absolute bargain. Do you have a friend or do you yourself love big chunky statement earrings but actually you don't want ones that are going to drag your ears down? Well, then these are great for that, working out about 99 pence per one, even though it's got genuine real deal silver over the top. I mean, it's astonishing, isn't it, price point wise?
Ridiculous, isn't it? Again, the thing is, I always think of JM prices as wholesale prices, so they're great to buy, great to put in your stash. Just for, like I say, loved ones. We've got Valentine's coming up. So much you can do with them, isn't there?
So much, isn't there?
You could even wear them in the hair. You know, you could actually have them on a hair slide.
It's a cute idea.
Yeah,
cute idea.
Something a bit different. And, yeah, dress it up a little bit. A few gemstones, definitely. And enjoy them.
It's really phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah. Really is fab. I'm not sure of the name of them, but these would look fab with a scarf holding it together.
There we go. These creative minds are happening now.
Deb has had her morning coffee and she's going, yeah, perfect.
Great idea. And that's all the rage now, these little scarf attachments.
Yeah, that's a huge trend at the moment.
Brooches, all that type of thing is excellent.
I love that idea. Oh, Deb, get you! I love that idea. £9.95 for you today on these ones. An absolute wonderful deal. Do feel free to get those texts in. Whoa, that was nice. Doesn't that make a nice noise too? We're going to bring you some stars in this variety now. Oh, I've not seen these ones before. I don't think. No, I haven't. I've seen the hearts a couple of times. I've not seen these ones before. They are just so pretty. I love a star. What do you think of when you think of a star? Oh, that is a ring. Hello. Oh, come back. What do you think of when you think of a star? I think of celebrities. I think of A stars. I think of good grades. I think of military. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah. I think of like I said, like A stars. I think of making a wish. I think of shooting stars and making a wish on a star. There's so many different connotations with a star, and I just think it's such a beautiful shape, and possibly because there are so many different connotations, and it is very much up to the person and their mood and their outlook on that day, that you can see the stars in a different manner, in a different way. And that's probably, I think anyway, one of the reasons it's one of the most popular shapes that's out there, isn't there? I can't think of any jewellery house out there that hasn't used a star at one point or another within a design as a kind of a focal point. I think of the likes of your Chanel, they have your Thomas Sabo, they have the likes of your who else? Boodles have, definitely. We've got Vivienne Westwood, notoriously. All of these names who have worked with this shape, possibly because it has got very many positive connotations. One positive connotation as well as the price. 10 pieces of these today at just £9.95 again for you today on these ones. GemW76 is the code on these ones. Come on in and get them whilst you can. Good morning to every single one of you. Happy Monday!
Yay.
To every single one of you. I love a Monday.
And me.
Yeah. Start of a new week, isn't it?
It is. It's exciting as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I have thought about doing you do a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
It has crossed my mind on occasion to do a new week's resolution.
Fab idea.
Every week.
Yeah.
But I think I'd probably run out of things after about 6. So maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, you could, sort of bend the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe,
every other.
A buy of the week or something.
Oh, you are
something
good.
down that week,
Oh, Helen, you and I are on the same wavelength. I love that idea. Hello, Alicia. She says, morning, lovelies and JM team. Let's say good morning, team. Good morning, Kerry. Oh. She is working that multi-tonal hair today. How many colours have we got in the hair today? 4 colours. That doesn't brighten up your Monday, I don't know, but you're really rocking it. Love a bit of Kerry in her superhero hair. We've also got Ollie in with us today. All right there, Ol. There he is, waving his hands in the air like he just don't care. One colour hair today, is it one colour hair? Is Scott there? Where's Scott gone? Is he there? What? Were you just under the desk?
He's hiding.
Scott's like, whoa, hey guys, he's under the desk. Hey everyone. Dion's got a lovely day off today, so Scott's moseying. How many colours in your hair, Scott? 6 different colours. 2, actually. He's a bit grey. He's going a bit grey. Yeah. And then the lady who's all about that hair, it is the gorgeous, the glamorous, let's hope she's still there, Cassie! Whoa! Look at that hair flick! She's saying connectors for hand or ring bracelet, ankle and toe belts. Oh, I like that idea. There's loads you could do.
Yes.
Isn't there?
Great idea.
Yeah, and you could have them as kind of your hand adornment. Where you have maybe going to a bracelet on these 2 prongs and then going to a ring chain on this one.
Oh, great idea.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's from Alicia. Thank you very much. I love those ideas. And belts. Belts is a really good idea, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well done, everybody. You got your hands on those ones. £9.95 for you today. Okie pokie. Got so many other treats for you today, I really do. I'm going to first off bring you one that will definitely go very, very well indeed with your stunning kit previously. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Wait, hold your horses. Is this the one that Miley Cyrus used when she came in on that wrecking ball? It's massive. Massive. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Huge.
Oh, wow.
You know, look at the dainty, the usual dainty ones. And then look at that. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? I have got here for you ametrine, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, the real deal, the Bolivian ametrine, an area in the world that is so individual, so out of the way that the miners have to, well, they have to get a plane into work. That's how far away it is from anywhere. They can't drive into work. There's no roads near the mine. So they have to essentially fly in, get in a helicopter, generally, towards the mine so they can get into the mining area. And what they do with this beautiful, beautiful gemstone is they give just one individual mine location, one entrance. So it's not like certain mines where there's, you know, loads and loads of different companies that own it and loads of different entrances and loads of different exit paths. This is owned just by one organisation. It's a little kind of artisanal-esque mine, if you will, and it's just got one entrance door within there, which actually is quite small. You have to bend down to get into it. And every single one of these ametrines will have exited through that location. Every single one of your ametrines having something in common, therefore, for location, but not for the colouring. Look at some of the differences in this. Now, this is something that I don't know if you will have ever actually seen in an ametrine from JewelleryMaker before, because I'll be honest, I never have seen it in an ametrine at JewelleryMaker before. I have seen it in ametrines before, but never here in strand form. It doesn't happen often at all. What this gemstone has the ability to do is not only display the two colours, but actually be able to display a third colour. Now, you won't be able to see this in every single one, but I can see it in two. The easiest one to show it you is, can you see the main body there is purple? We're used to that. Can you see at the side section of the largest one there, you have the golds? Now, there it is, that third colour, the colour you hardly ever get to see. I've only ever seen this myself in gem quality ametrine before. It's those reds. Can you see them? Can you see the reds? That is astonishing. I've only ever seen those reds ever in gem quality ametrine before. That's the only time I've ever seen those reds. They're not a pillar box or a post box red. They're almost a deep jammy kind of wine-like red, but you have got them in there. That is phenomenal. That goes to show you the quality we've got here. $27.95. I would not have expected. This is a one locational gemstone. By the way, this is natural. This is the real deal. People used to say ametrine, you know, you can't treat ametrine. You can nowadays. Technology and science has changed. You can nowadays, but we've still decided on this one not to, probably because the quality is absolutely epic and it doesn't need it. Your price point today, wow, well, that is an absolute shocker. $19.95 is astonishing. Ametrine to me is one of those gemstones that actually, in some places, in some groups, it is a gemstone that can be kind of underestimated. Not here at JewelleryMaker though. Here at JewelleryMaker, you need to understand the quality of this is exceptional. You need to understand that the rarity of this gemstone is astonishing. It's a one small location, and you've kind of, if you don't mind me saying, Helen, been looking over in awe at this throughout.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, first of all, the story.
Yeah.
You know, the story is fascinating to start with.
Yeah.
So that draws you in. And then you see the colour and you think, God, that's amazing. Then you see the other colours, like you're saying, especially a red, I've never seen it. And I can see it from the big one from here.
Wow.
Honestly, I can see the red, and there's quite a lot of red in that middle one.
There really is,
I don't think you could, appreciate it quite so much the other side of the TV.
Yeah.
But there is definitely quite a lot of red in that.
A lot of reds, isn't there?
And it's quite mesmerising.
Yeah.
And for me to have something special like that,
yeah,
I'd probably end up keeping myself, to be honest.
Yes.
I've not seen anything like it before.
It is so unique and individual, isn't it? It truly is. Genuinely, if you want to treat yourself to this, it's just so exceptional, and it is a gemstone that I think true gemstone lovers adore this gemstone, and I put myself in that category. I absolutely adore this gem. I think it's so harmonious, it's so individual, it's so unique. I think it's a gemstone that has changed in fashion. Back in kind of the 80s, late 70s, sort of 80s, it used to be that the best ametrine that you would look for would be a 50-50 split. That's not the case anymore. They're not the most popular, the ones that have a perfect 50-50 split generally in the trade. And one of the reasons for that is if you think kind of, 70s, 80s, fashion and style was very different. Now, in the era we're in now, it's all about individuality, isn't it? It's all about standing out from the crowd. It's all about being different. And therefore, the ametrine popularity is increased in areas that actually aren't a 50-50 split, in areas like this one in the centre where you've almost just got a flash of that sunshine gold. Those are becoming even more popular now. $19.95 for you today with that one. Great deal. I can't believe the size of those ones. We've got some real deal turquoise. The last few of these ones available for you, I'm afraid. The very last few. Now, Helen, I know you're getting prepped for your design.
I'm getting carried away.
But I'm a right nosy one. I just love to know what guest designs I haven't worked with before think of sensational gems such as this. Now, this, just before you say, because I think you're going to be shocked at this, for the big pieces, this is real deal turquoise. It's not got any resin in it whatsoever.
Wow.
It is totally natural. It's not been heated or irradiated. Tibetan as well. Tell me what you think of this strand, because you're just smiling so happily.
Well, to me, it evokes, I love the vintage feel, and it's, got that way back vintage feel where it's quality, it's superb colouring, and you can call it turquoise, and it's real turquoise. There's so much out there that isn't. And when you get the confidence of your customers and you deliver turquoise, they know what they're getting. Yeah. And then that makes you a better dealer, a better person to come to, a better jeweller. It just takes you from being a crafter to that jeweller.
Absolutely agree. Do you know what I do?
And customers will come to you and ask you for these particular pieces.
Yeah.
And that would be probably where I would stand. I do like, when I have a strand like that, I do like to keep it together because I think, it's been on this journey. It's got such wondrous colours. They all sort of merge as a family together there. So I do tend to make my pieces, so a set of 3, with one strand.
Love that.
But we're talking way 3 figures.
Way into the 3 figures and above.
I'm using sterling silver. And I'm waiting for my customers who will come very quickly. If I advertise it, it'll be gone straight away. I like to enjoy my jewellery sometimes and wait for the customer to come along. It won't be around for long.
No, it's going to go.
It's going to go.
It has got such a stunning history, and speaking of antiques, it has been used in ceremonial pieces throughout the ages. Yeah. It is the national stone of Tibet, and the fact of the matter is that this is Tibetan. This is from that location where it is the national gemstone, and for many reasons this is that national gemstone. It's a stunning gemstone. I know this sounds silly, but I'll put my hands up and say, I didn't realise we'd done it at this price. I'm sorry, Scott. Scott's in charge today, and Scott's going, hey up, Dion and your team played this on Thursday, and I didn't know you dropped it to $14.95. In our defence, it is blue, and Dion has a thing whereby if anything's blue, she ignores us all. She ignores every single one of us. I'm pretty sure I remember with this, myself and Kerry and Ollie and Cass being like, no, Dion, don't drop that price. But she did. She dropped the price. Exactly, Gary. Well, I remember us all. Yeah, we have no idea. We have no clue. We are all hands up in the air. We don't know what happened, and it was Dion's fault. And obviously, when Dion's in tomorrow, nobody tell her that. Yeah, should we turn it round? Should have heard Scott. Oh, we were all backing you up. Don't worry. Don't worry. We had your back, girl. That is a genuinely sensational price point, in particular for its location, for the fact that it's totally natural. Wow, look at all the colours running through this turquoise. It's gorgeous. Absolutely is sensational, is it? That vast amount of matrix, that intensity of colour is just astonishing, isn't it? It really is. The strength is just phenomenal. $14.95, wowzers, isn't it?
It's a buy me strand, and don't forget you can sell it as a male or for a male or a female.
Completely right.
You know, it's one of those very special gemstones that is happy on any with any gender at all.
How would you make it for a gent?
Usually leather. They like a little bit of leather, you know, a little bit of a leather cord, and I would probably just take the middle one out. They only want one or two.
Yeah.
They'd still pay, and if you put a silver clasp on the ends, they're still going to pay £49 or more.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
you know, because it's quality. And don't forget, if you sell it any less, they won't believe you. They really won't believe you, because everybody's saying I've got turquoise, and it's turning out, you know, that it's not the real deal. This is the real deal.
It really is. It is just astonishing. And don't forget, when we have got your Tibetan turquoise, you can actually, you've got something that is mined in the Himalayas. You've got something that is mined from this unique kind of background, let's say. It's all to do with the way Mother Nature works. It's all to do with the groundwater. It's all to do with kind of the layers and layers of this rock, with of course the copper presence, which we know helps give it its colour. And it's all to do with how the Himalaya mountains, the range itself over millions of years, have kind of come together and brought us all of these different elements, these different cocktails. It's all to do with, actually, as I was mentioning before, you know, about the movement of Pangaea. It takes all of that into consideration to make this stunning look that comes through in your Tibetan turquoise. And don't forget, we're not looking for the same kind of look that we would say that of a Sleeping Beauty turquoise. A Sleeping Beauty turquoise, yes, given it's still a turquoise, but we're looking for completely different attributes. Within a Sleeping Beauty, you're looking for a very, very minimal amount of kind of tone within the colouring, and you're looking for a purity with lack of matrix. That's not what you want in a Tibetan. You know, the Tibetan turquoise has been prized for thousands and thousands of years for having that character, for having that kind of detail to it. In fact, in ancient times, they used to believe that the matrix was what gave it its spiritual character. They used to believe that actually it was in the gemstone, it was actually the matrix itself that could help guide you and lead you. And it's just a stunning gemstone, it really is. I've now been told that actually I have got 19 of these ones left for you. It is 5 in baskets, by the way. And just to let everybody know that this truly is one of the rarest gemstones that there is out there. It's complete and absolute fluke of Mother Nature. It truly is that we managed to get this as it is. In particular, in the fact it's 100% turquoise, not 90% turquoise, 10% resin, but also that even that colour, that deep intensity, that stunning tone is totally and absolutely the real deal. So do treat yourself to what some describe as the finest quality turquoise in the world. Well done to you all. I can't go over that price. That is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. Okay, do you know what? This next one, if you wanted to, may well go quite nicely with it. It's your black spinel. If you wanted to add some kind of almost intensity to it, don't get me wrong, that turquoise is always already pretty intense, but to add a little bit of something else, add a little bit of sparkle to it, you've got the opportunity to do so here. What do you think of spinel, Helen?
It's my diamonds. I always look at it and get confused.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, and if you said that was a strand of diamonds, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, yeah.
They are just magical.
Yeah, they are magical, aren't they? They are magical. They are spectacular. It is a gemstone that is so unique and so individual and very much like a diamond, of course. You've got the exact same structure, even the likes of the kind of cocktail of ingredients has that kind of look. Even the let's say cleanness, the crispness of the surface area is kind of similar to that of a diamond in the purest form, but it's not like that of a black diamond. A black diamond, you will expect the blemishes. When we talk about blemishes, they are essentially, you know, you get internal inclusions, so you can get all the little kind of dips and cracks and even other elements within a gemstone, can't we call them an inclusion. A blemish is something that will essentially affect in a negative manner the price of a gemstone that takes place on the surface. They can show themselves as pits and dips. You get them almost exclusively, almost constantly on a black diamond, just because of the way that black diamond itself is kind of put together. You don't get that look on a spinel, and that's why you get a higher sparkle from a spinel. Gives you a beautiful array of colour, it really does. 180 carats worth I have here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Your price point today for your 7x5 to okay, well already that is great, but I have heard the should in my ear. We're rolling it down. I mean, £20 for a black spinel. Yes, please. I think that's a sensational deal, but $11.95 for it. That is something else, isn't it, Helen?
Oh gosh, that's a ridiculous price. Oh, and it's such a classic, isn't it? The spinel, and you can wear it, dress it up or dress it down. You could even, if you wanted to wear that to work, you could.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go out in the night with it, you could. It's one of those that you can put with anything. You can wear it with anything, and it'll go with all your clothes as well.
It's going to go with everything.
Yeah.
It's going to go with everything, isn't it?
Yeah. And we always love, you know, our matching bags and things. We've all got black bags and black shoes.
Totally.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect for it. It really is. $11.95 is a great deal on that range. It truly, truly is. And don't forget, you can go wild with this. Add a bit of brightness. Look at that. If you want to add a pop,
Ooh.
you can, can't you?
Yeah.
Brand new labradorite coming up for you within the next 3 hours. £11.95 on this one is wonderful. Whether you want to do dainty and delicate earrings, you can, because you've got the gentle ones at the end, or if you want to do big, bold statement pendants, you've got them right there in the middle. So truly something for absolutely every single one of you out there, ladies and gents. £11.95, great deal on it. Plenty of you coming in. Do check out the baskets when you have the opportunity. Oh, I love a good crinkle. Do you?
Mm.
Whether it be my crisps or it be me wire. Oh, crisps do take better with crinkle. Do you know why though? I think more surface area, isn't it? There's more flavour. You get flavour grooves, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the concentrated stuff. Do you know what I mean? The real deal flavour. Yeah. Similar with crinkled wire, because I'm following this back round. Because with your crinkled wire, very much like a crinkle cut crisp, with the intense flavour centre, with this you get that intense light centre, don't you? Because as the light is bent on that wire, you get an extra ping of light, don't you, Helen?
Oh, that sounds so poetic.
Thank you.
It really does.
Thank you.
And you're quite right. Yeah, it gives a great shape and another dimension to your jewellery with that light cascading off it.
Exactly. And the light wouldn't be there as much at all, would it?
No.
It would not.
No, you're right.
It's so simple to set up. Do you want me to show you it? I'll show you it set up. So, wire. Can pop it through here. You don't have to, but you can if you want to guide it. And then, here we go. Here's me setting up. Someone time me. Done. Didn't even turn the stopwatch on, did you? That's it. It's done. It's so simple to use. With these ones that I showed you previously, you get more of that kind of crinkle cut zigzag look. With these ones, you get a gorgeous wave detail. You can use these side by side. You can use these as an individual alone. So imagine if you did a few waves, you could just essentially put them together and wrap around them, very much like you would with a square wire, you know, and you get that really beautiful look and individuality. You don't have to do just one colour of wire. Oh, no, you don't. You could do, I don't know, a blue wave, a purple wave. You know, you could really go for it. You could do rainbow waves if you want. That sounds like a flavour of crisps as well, doesn't it? Rainbow waves. It's back in stock for you, ladies and gentlemen. £7.95. A great price point for you there. And again, it's so simple to set up. It really is. Very portable. Good for you if you've got the mandrel with the bag. Perfect for you. Popping it in there, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll have it all there, won't you? So you can just go on with your designs. You can crinkle to your heart's content.
Yeah. Get crinkling.
Yeah.
Definitely. At £7.95. Get crinkling. Right. Someone give me a pen, and that's what I'll write on the top of each and every one of these. That is a great line. But it's a really smooth piece of kit. It's so simple for you to work with. It truly, truly is. And actually, if anyone is into the likes of maybe working with the likes of Perspex or even working with maybe wood, I wonder if you could make your own kind of mandrels to use on these. Bet you could. Bet you could. You clever lot out there. There's a lot of skills in the Jewellery Maker family. I think you could. Could be what? Could be your signature in your jewellery, says Scott.
Oh, good idea.
Like a little OA up. There's the crinkler. That must be Helen.
Little gemstone.
Yeah.
Little gemstone on the bottom. Oh, I'm a crinkler.
OA up, it's the crinkler.
More of a wave, I think.
You're more of a waver.
I'm a bit more wavier, aren't I, in statute. So probably, yeah.
I think so. I'm happy to be a bit crinkly. Do you know what I mean?
crinkly.
Oh, I'm full on crinkly.
Yeah, my head's crinkly.
All right, good. Maybe when we collaborate, we could do a crinkly wave piece.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Right, we're on to something here, Helen. £7.95 for you there. Well done to everyone. We haven't seen it in absolutely ages. R&B and 90 is your code on this one. R&B and 90 for you. No, £7.95 on that one. Okay, got another deal. There's so many treats coming up for you. That Tanzanite not very long off at all. Now, 5. It's peridot. Now, I have a feeling you're going to like a bit of peridot, Helen.
Oh, that is my birthstone.
Oh,
was that your intuition?
Sometimes gemstones just say, oh, she's going to like me.
Zesty.
Yeah. How do you feel about it as a birthstone?
I'm delighted.
Yeah.
Excited and delighted because I think that's my personality there and then. That's it. Full of personality.
So, yeah, I like that.
Bit mad, you know.
Yeah.
Great colour.
Yes.
Great zest for life.
Yes,
Exactly like
just like
Yeah.
you then. I adore that. It is though, isn't it? It's unique, it's individual. I love the amount of colouring that you do get through this. The hue itself is intense. This stone here that you have in front of you, can you see how it has extensive amounts of clarity? Now, we do not always get this much clarity from a peridot, and particularly from the US. But I'm bringing you this brand new strand which has that vast amount of quality and clarity. We get really varying degrees of peridot here at JewelleryMaker. Sometimes they can be very heavily included. Don't get me wrong, some people like that, some people love that. In fact, some people say that they like it because they like the look of pre-night, and therefore they want to buy a peridot because it looks similar to that pre-night but has a bit more of a hit of colour. That's absolutely fine. But actually, as kind of a gem seller, let's say, as a connoisseur, as a valuator on a peridot, they will generally, the main thing they'll be looking for is clarity aspects. And therefore, that makes this strand here a very high value gem. The way you can kind of check on clarity, by the way, isn't just about looking into the gemstone with the naked eye. Obviously, you can get a loop, so you can look through this, 10 times magnification. Obviously, if you wanted to as well, you could just base it on the colouring. The colouring itself can kind of always tell you the clarity aspects of it. If this were kind of included, if this didn't have kind of such a beautiful, pure and almost defect-free centre, then what you get with this is you get the opportunity for that pleocrism to burst through. If this was very heavily included, almost silk-like internally, you wouldn't get those golds that you're getting. You wouldn't get those kind of lime-like greens you're getting in areas. You wouldn't get that colouring and look at all. So it's beautiful to be able to bring it to you today. Your price point on a brand new natural peridot from the gorgeous USA should be. Now already I actually think that is a sensational deal, because you and I both know that peridot with clarity has been going up in price in the last 9 months. Reason being, we're seeing less and less and less of it just because of what Mother Nature's bringing us. So clear peridot has gone up in price, but not today. £8.95 for totally and absolutely natural peridot.
Oh my word.
That is a corker, isn't it?
That is, well, I'm gobsmacked.
I can't get over that.
I'm not often quiet, and that is a quiet moment.
That is flabbergasting, isn't it? For the workmanship that's gone on this as well, because, you know, look at the facets on there, because the gem itself is very dainty indeed. You've got to have some very, very tight kind of craftsmanship on this, haven't you? Almost micro-faceting taking place on every single one of these gemstones, which is a phenomenal amount of work. It takes an extreme amount of skill, training and money to get that look. But then also that you've got that clarity, that is absolutely astonishing. And don't forget for me as well that, you know, clarity aspects that we have to this isn't just due to Mother Nature. Yes, okay, it is massively due to her, but actually it is due to the workmanship that we've actually put into this, and the ones that have been individually hand-picked from a collection that we will have been offered. Some we will have just purely turned away, some we will have saved for another strand or another purpose. So actually it's gone to effort to us for getting this quality, not only with our own research, our own relationships, but also with every single one to have been hand-picked. That is astonishing, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I often put, when I do sort of jewellery for weddings or maybe for an anniversary, I ask the birthstone of the woman and the gent, or, you know, the partner, whoever, and then I put them together. And peridot and amethyst go so well that people actually ask for that. Instead of their own actual yeah, they'll see it on my stall and they'll say, actually, I'll go for that one.
Wow.
It is, honestly, it just goes together so well. It's a very striking look.
It really is astonishing.
And those particular ones you could use in a ring, you could channel set them, you could put them in a pendant, wire wrapping, gizmo as we were doing with the gizmo earlier, instead of threading the actual sort of gizmo sections on, you just start gizmoing and thread those on.
Like that idea a lot. You can just have fun with it. I'm just thinking, what do you reckon? Because you were saying about the amethyst and the peridot.
Look at that.
Whoa.
That is one of my biggest sellers.
Do you know what?
And it's both the colours of the year, aren't they? Both are
Up
in
there in Pantone, yeah. Absolutely they are. And I can understand why as a pairing people love and adore them.
It is outstanding.
They are very complementary, aren't they?
And yet, when you think of it, you wouldn't necessarily put them together. But once they're together, you get it.
Yeah, you're right.
You just think, wow.
It just works, doesn't it? It really does just work. Just to let you know, this heart charm is currently at the base of your screen. We don't have a huge amount of them left. Not a massive amount. Started off with around 200 and something. Not got anywhere near that left. Got about a quarter of that left. It's called a heart because it does have the heart detail at the side. It is your 925. It's got all of those gorgeous amethysts. And I mean, you're absolutely right. They just work. And actually, the fact that you could get this stunning charming 925 sterling silver and you can get that stunning strand of peridot for, well, what price? 20.
Don't ask me about maths.
About 23, 24 pounds. That is astonishing, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you would get the charm for that price in some places.
No,
at all.
No, you wouldn't get the charm anyway. And if you were to get it in jewellery, you're talking £80 up.
Oh yeah.
Just for the charm. And then obviously if it's in a sort of a London-based, you know, with the other bits added to it,
I know what you mean.
You're back in 3 figures then.
Yeah, completely.
But even just buying the charm as you can do in the shops, you're talking £80.
Easily agree with you there. I think it's just phenomenal. Get that one whilst you can. In fact, get them both whilst you can. Hey up everyone, how are we doing today? We'll see again tonight. Let's see what it looks like. You've got just a stunning amount that you can get here today, ladies and gentlemen. You really have. It is just absolutely shining. Really is.
You having fun down there?
I've got my entire dress on backwards.
I'm going to better check mine as well now.
I've got my entire dress on backwards. The whole.
Oh my word.
Oh my days. Yeah, I was just looking down at the peridot there, like, what on earth is that? It's my tag. Can't believe that. Back to front dress. Oh.
Just snip it off and then nobody be the wiser.
Yeah.
Give it a snip.
Can't believe. Well, £8.95 for you today on this. Yeah, I think you're right. I could start a new craze, couldn't I? Yeah. Kerry will be doing it next, won't you, Kerry? No. All right, thanks for your support, Pam. Peridot and Morganite, Scott's suggesting. Oh, what do you think about that? It's a bit loop-de-loo, Scott. I like that.
Now that says Vintage Tea Party.
Oh, yes.
You've got the mellows and the pastels coming through there. So yes, that's my tea party look.
I love that.
With the old cucumber sandwiches and...
Oh! I think that's a great analogy. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Any sort of... If you want to tone something down, if you haven't got the zest for life and you just want a bit of mellow, be a little bit more mellow, just add your pastels in. And that'll tone it down.
And you're
for you.
absolutely
It's not
sorted.
as everybody's as mad as us.
No, probably not. Probably not. I love that idea of those two together. And again, Pantone colours, you know, here completely. It has got a real nice springtime zest to it. Now, Morganite, a very, very special gemstone indeed. one of the rarest gemstones, one of the most unique gemstones, one of the most status actually gemstones that there is out there. It's completely and absolutely natural, and it is used by some of the biggest jewelry designers in the entire world. Now, for you as someone who sells, you know, your pieces, who knows your gemstones, how is morganite on kind of selling purposes, on kind of what people know about it, let's say?
Well, morganite, in all honesty, is one of those gemstones that has gone a little bit under the radar.
Yes.
And then when people see it, they love the colour, you know, the pinks and the subtlety about it, and the lovely feel that it gives, and as I say, that vintage feel. So then they start getting excited, and then when you tell the wonderful story, which I only ever heard on JM, about, you know, how it sort of came to light and things, is it named after somebody or something, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's named after JP Morgan, who was a very famous banker, but also a philanthropist. He did a lot of work in nature as well. It was named after him,
Right, I knew there was a nice story behind it.
Yeah.
So once you start relaying that to your customers as well, they start seeing it as something special. But you see it in a lot of the big London houses, don't you?
You
know?
really do.
And I think that's why it escaped sort of my area at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was in those London, I thought I'd never be able to afford it, to be able to work with it.
Yeah.
Until I came here, obviously, and I can.
And now you can. It is one of the biggest statements, and often one of the most expensive gemstones out there. Your price point today, $46.95, is truly sensational.
Yeah.
But apparently my name is next to this again, which means that it has been dropped in price. Ooh. By Dion, I hasten to add. Yeah. Nothing to do with us. Nothing.
Gosh.
Nothing to do with Cass either. £34.95 for you today on this. That is a very, very, very naughty price indeed. First time I brought to you a morganite round, it was $79.95.
Gosh.
To be able to bring you a morganite now in a round, and I've got to say the clarity aspects of it are astonishing. That is something very special indeed. This gemstone that you have before you is completely natural in its colour, which isn't seen as often as you might imagine, and the fact that I've still been able to bring it to you under the £80 mark is something very exceptional indeed. Get your hands on that one whilst you have the opportunity to do so. Totally and absolutely natural, real deal. And if you, like me, love a bit of your pink and blue together. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you've got the exceptional morganite on your screen now. And to get this stunning pairing, stay exactly where you are, because after the break, ladies and gentlemen, I have that beautiful, brand new tanzanite. I can't wait. Do stay tuned. It's just stunning. Really beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
If you do want to get your hands on this morganite, do feel free to. I don't have a huge amount of these ones left, but do feel free to get them as you have the opportunity. And I've got to say, actually, the lovely thing about it with that tanzanite is the pink's making it even brighter with that blue, isn't it? Really beautiful pairing. Get those two together, because the tanzanite is brand new and it's going to be up in just a few minutes after this short but informative break.
Get interactive with JewelleryMaker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people. Did you know when you book on a JewelleryMaker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from JewelleryMaker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the JewelleryMaker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on JewelleryMaker. Simply search JewelleryMaker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at JewelleryMaker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on JewelleryMaker.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to JewelleryMaker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from JewelleryMaker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and Freesat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget, you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, all. Welcome to JewelleryMaker. My name is Rebecca Redican. You can call me Becky. And this is Tanzanite. This, ladies and gentlemen, officially one of the rarest gemstones in the world. It's officially in the top 10, actually, for anyone who is interested. Well, technically, it's in the top 7. Certain varieties are even further up than that. What I have here for you, ladies and gentlemen, is your sensational Tanzanite, one of the most loved gemstones in the world, and sadly, one of the most difficult to get your hands on right now. I'll be completely and absolutely honest with you, absolutely straight with you. You know, there's been lots of changes here at JewelleryMaker. You know that you know, we have worked with one company for many years, and we no longer work with them under the same restraints as we used to. The main mine that we got our Tanzanite through, and have always got our Tanzanite through, is, because obviously, for anyone who is new, it's one locational gemstone, foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, and it's just one very small mining area. There's a few different companies who own different mines, and the mines that we get most of ours from, we don't own it, but we get most of ours directly from, is Mine D. Now, Mine D is a very small kind of rectangular area in the whole mining space, and it's actually one of the smallest mining areas. Now, fact of the matter is that we have great relationships with that mine. But that mine's going through some very difficult times. We basically got told, literally just before Christmas, literally just not so long before Christmas, that Mine D was in some serious trouble, was in some serious danger. Because essentially what's happening is Mine D has not, for a very long time now, in the gemstone gemstone trade eyes anyway, for a very long time pulled out any quality of AAA or AA even. Now those are the high end, the high quality tanzanites. Those are the ones that bring in the big money. Now, because they're not pulling any of the big money makers out of the ground, essentially the mine is starting to lose money at a fast pace. Now, don't get me wrong, they are still, you know, making money on the tanzanite that they're selling, but because it's lower grade, it doesn't bring as much of the margin, as much of that money on top. They're still spending money on all the miners, they're still spending money on all the equipment, they're still spending money on all of the, you know, even the diesel that runs the likes of these huge diggers. They're still spending all of that money, but they're not getting the premium out. If that continues, as it has for a while now, if that continues, and some people estimate even for a few more weeks, then actually tanzanite mine D owners will essentially just cut their losses at one point and say, right, we're not going to do this anymore. Because once you're at the top of that steep, you can go down very quickly. We've always got the majority of our tanzanite from that mine. What happens if that does happen? I don't know, and I wouldn't like to assume. But all I would say is, why don't you treat yourself to one of the rarest gemstones in the world when you know you've got it? And right now, it's here, it's up on your screen, it's on my hand, you've got it. Your price point today on this extremely rare gemstone, even though its future is ridiculously uncertain, we are still bringing to you at £34.95. Now that, for something that is so uncertain in its future, is phenomenal. It truly, truly is. And this is a brand new strand. We've not seen that before. You can see the quality of this is phenomenal. We know this gemstone is rare. It's brought a new rarity to it. But look at the quality of this. Now, obviously, we haven't had this graded. This isn't a graded tanzanite. But what I would say personally is that actually, to my eye, if this were to be graded purely on colour, I would genuinely, I'd put it at a double, a high double myself. Why? Because there are a lot of those blues within there, and there is that gentle violetish back hue that you're looking for in here. If I was to be a little bit pushing the boat out, I would even be saying if it were to be graded, you're looking at the triple. But I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to say on colour quality alone, I would be grading this personally as a grade 2, which is phenomenal. It is absolutely exceptional. I am going to bring you something ridiculous now. Scott's trying to outdo Dion at her own game here. £27.95 for you. Honestly, once this gemstone is gone, it's gone. And it's one of those things, you know, it's one of those things, you don't know what you've got. Oh, that's a song, that, isn't it? Who did that song? I know, Joni Mitchell. It's one of those songs, isn't it? It's one of those gemstones, sorry, that. We love it. We've talked about our rarities for many, many years now, but it's not until it's gone, until we can't get any more, till it's 100% depleted, that you're going to really appreciate this, and you're going to be absolutely over the moon with the stuff that you have got. In particular, if you're a connoisseur and you want to be able to see the variation in quality, then absolutely treat yourself to this, because the freshness of it is exceptional, isn't it?
This is one of the ones I'd love to break the rules on and just, you know, slip under the desk and buy that.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you think, oh, why aren't I out there at the other side of the camera? Because it's so special. And like you say, I know it's rare, you know it's rare. To go for that sort of price as well, it's just buy me price.
It is, isn't it? It really, really is. Started off with, I'm being told, over 170, near to 180. I've now got 130 available. So do feel free to check out those baskets when you have the opportunity to do so, because it is something very special, isn't it?
It is, definitely. And don't forget, you only need one in a piece.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was going to say to get your money back, but I forgot how cheap it was.
Yeah.
So actually, one in a piece, you're going to double your money.
You completely are.
And people know this now. They know this stone. They know this gemstone. They know the story. They know that it's rare. So your customers will come for it.
They will, I think.
They want it as much as we want it, you know, as much as the collectors want it.
Yeah.
They want it. People want to buy it.
And that means that, obviously, I suppose you're saving yourself a bit of a job, really, aren't you? Because they're starting to know what it is.
Yeah.
I bet there's not much of a hard sell needed, actually.
None at all. And I think that the other problem is jewellers and people like myself, we sit on strands as well. So we're looking at them and we're really loving them and enjoying them. So there's still not much getting to the marketplace because the collectors got them. We as jewellers are holding on to them because we love them and we know that at some point they're going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
The rarer they get. So there's not actually that much in the marketplace. So when they do go on the marketplace, they don't hang around for very long.
You're right, they really don't hang around.
But where people make a mistake, the only mistake I've ever seen made, they price it too low. And people then are not 100% sure it is the real deal.
Totally
So get a good price in there. They can always knock you down. They'll want it, but at least they know it's the real deal if you've got a good price up there to start with. And that one is worthy of a good price.
5 to 6, I've just counted. I've got 26 Ingrid on this. Obviously, it is done on carat weight, but I've got 26, which means they're working out about, what, £1.05 or something each. Something ridiculous like that, isn't it? Surely. That is just ridiculous. It really is. Shirley's going, I wasn't buying today. Don't worry about it, Shirley. When you've got deals and treats like this, I mean, seriously, it's sensational. And just think, even if, you know, you add this to your basket, for the amount of money we took off, you've got your postage packaging back and more. Way more, in fact. So don't worry about it, Shirley. Do not worry. It is under 100 now on these, I'm being told, and I've got around 30 in baskets. So if you do want to get your hands on this one, you absolutely can, because it is a gem that is astonishing in its kind of quality and in its status right now. I mean, this is big out there now, isn't it, in its kind of notoriety? It
is, and I would say only in the last year. So people are playing catch-up, really.
Yes, I agree.
As obviously yourselves, as you know, experts in your field with the gemstones, you've known this for a while, but it does take a little while for that information to get down to the main people, to the your customers and the general public type of thing.
Absolutely agree with you.
And now they know, and once they know, that's when. And also, whilst they're buying more, it's getting scarcer as well.
Yeah.
So there's this sort of roller coaster going on at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because of course we've always known about it, haven't we? We've known about it for quite a while, but then you get more promotion of it, and that's happened a lot. The bigger amount of promotion, you know, not only from the likes of the GIA and the likes of the Smithsonian and Christie's and all these pieces that are being auctioned, but also celebrities have been wearing this. I remember about a year and a half ago, I think it was just before kind of the one of the series for Orange is the New Black. I don't know if you watched that, but Orange is the New Black is on. The Orange is the New Black series, and essentially they had a premiering or whatever for that with interviews and everything, and some of the cast actually got their own pieces of jewellery made specifically for that, designed by a designer for them, and the vast majority of the cast chose this gemstone to go in it. It was very highly publicised, one of the biggest, you know, kind of extravagance for what is just a, you know, a TV show in all essence. But things like that and many more, you know, it's been worn to the Golden Globes, etc. Things like that, it brings it out more into kind of the audience's eye line, the audience's consciousness in a sense, and therefore it does become more popular. But then you sell more, and therefore the gemstone depletes quicker. In particular, on a one gemstone, you know, piece. Hello, Chantal. How are you? Oh, morning. Sorry, I'm trying to read it from over there. Morning. I know if I made a piece of jewellery with tanzanite, my auntie would bite my hand off trying to buy it, no matter what price I asked, Chantal. Thank you very much for that. You've got an auntie who absolutely loves tanzanite. A lot of people do, I can tell you that. And one thing I would say is that you were referring to kind of originally was that you did mention, you know, about kind of the high price points, you know, and making sure that price is high. I honestly would say heed Helen's word, definitely, because as you'll well know, again, you know, it was very highly publicised on a documentary that was played sort of, when was that documentary? It was like November 2000, not 2015, year before, wasn't it? Was it? The documentary about our previous company, the Gems TV documentary, and they were talking in that about how this gemstone was the first gemstone as a company they've ever raised in price. They raised the margins on it because they had to. They absolutely had to. We actually, at that time anyway, were the only channel of all of those channels that didn't actually raise the price, which, you know, I can't say that that's going to stick. I can't say that we're always going to abide by that. I can't always say we're always going to stick with the same margins on tanzanite. It would be, you know, wrong of me to do so, in particular as it could well change. It changes in other places, in shops, in stalls. So I would say to you, with deals like this, honestly, if you see it and you like it and you love the history of the gem, as brief as it is, you know, then do get it whilst you can. I've got over 20 in baskets, I've been told, and I've got 69 of them left. So I am going to leave it with you, but I just want to show you first off that if you do like high-end gemstones, then I have got this gorgeous quadruple set of these stunning gems for you, and I think they go really nicely, in particular of course the tanzanite, which would just work exceptionally well, wouldn't it? Don't forget, brand new labradorite strands still to come also. Go nicely actually with the in particular if you've got some real nice pinks, well yeah, pinks and blues, they'd be nice with the tanzanite, wouldn't they? And don't forget I showed you those cabs alongside them as well. Oh yeah. So not many opportunities left on the tanzanite. Get it whilst you can, and I've got to say that the tanzanite go really nicely with some of the cores in your kit, wouldn't they, Helen?
Oh, definitely, yes. It's got that real Zari sort of feel about it. It
really
would
does.
go really well.
Oh, just been told I'm going to be bringing you a mammoth strand now.
Oh, it's as tall as me.
Oh, this is a serious strand, isn't it? This strand, you know, we were just talking about what goes well with your cords. Well, these would go great with them as well, wouldn't they? You've got so much variety on there. What do you like about these long metre-length strands? Because I'm sure you'll have got one, have you, Helen?
Oh, I'm sure I have. There's two things. Obviously, the business head is saying you can get more jewellery out of that straight away.
You're right.
It'll go with anything, so it could be one of your stashes where you keep it in a drawer and, you know, a few come out now and again to sort of put with your higher end jewellery so that it fills out the necklace a bit.
Yes.
So you can use less of your, you know, the more expensive pieces, the more expensive gemstones. And to be honest, just like that is lovely, isn't it? Just as a really nice, delicate piece with the lights bouncing off it, so you can even have a little stretchy with that.
Really simple to do.
It covers all that, doesn't it?
Really simple to do, but gives you a fab look, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just pasting this down on the desk because what I want to show you is how you were talking about how they pick up colour. I often call this gemstone the chameleon gemstone because it's a gem that takes on whatever colour you pair with it. So if I go to kind of the section over here, I'm just going to show you this gem behind it so you can see all of the colours that are just shown within kind of the surrounding area and how they are taken on by the gemstone. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see, if I lift it up, it's even better, isn't it? But could you see how all of those kind of unique, and they're quite muted colours on the cab, aren't they? How even with those muted colours, they just shine through that gem. It almost magnifies, actually. Okay, whoa, really? Okay, price point on this one was delayed hearing then. Do you get that? Delayed hearing. should be $11.95. I get it all the time. Someone asks you a question and then it sort of hits your ear and then you can answer it. I get it all the time. My delayed hearing was on. It's actually $9.95. This is working out in lengthwise almost a meter's worth of genuine gemstone, and this is real deal quartz. It is your real deal quartz. It's one of the most kind of known gemstones, actually. It's a big umbrella family. This is the clear variety. What you've got with it is the history, the mystery, and I adore that you've got the very organic shape with this. Don't forget for me that this gemstone in ancient times had loads of stories written about it, but in kind of the Roman times, they believed that the gemstone itself was created when people would pray to the gods, and when the gods themselves would send a magic kind of life-enhancing water down to them, and they believed that the water itself was so magical and so kind of strong in its strength and mystical powers and properties that they believed that when it were to hit within the likes of a cave, because it was so magical, because it was so strong, it would solidify and just never ever melt. That's what they believed about this gemstone. They believed that essentially if they didn't catch the magical water, then it would cling to the rocks and never ever be melted. I like that when you get it in these organic shapes, it's almost like the stories following through. You can always see, you can always imagine why people in those times will have believed this. To get a whole meter's worth of this very historical gemstone for $9.95 is absolutely bewildering. It's really very, very special indeed, because I think for some of the larger ones you're getting in the centre, if you wanted to pay $9.95, you could in some shops probably get about 3 actually. Well done to every single one of you. Okie pokely. If you do want to get these ones, you know what to do. The code on it is SO57. Now I'm bringing the kit now. Helen, how was this one when you saw it?
Another exciting one. It did come, the 2 kits came together, so I opened it up, and to be honest, the pearls were on the top. I lifted it up, and then to see all that underneath as well. Fabulous. The colour shone through. The excitement again was there for me.
Because you've got colour, haven't you, here?
Oh, definitely.
Not only just with the cord, which I know you've had fun with, because they're kind of you're used on every single one, aren't they?
Yeah, I've tried to use them. I've used the 3 together, and I've used them separately, and they all give something. And I'll show you obviously a bit later the actual colours when you put many strands together.
Love that.
Because I don't think the reels really show off the actual, you know, the colour tones that you get in there.
You actually, yeah, they almost look like a totally different kettle of fish on your pieces, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm bringing you more colour with the likes of your gemstones as well. The hematite stars, you've got the reds, the blushes, the golds, the greens, the blues, the purples. You've got anything really you can set your mind to there, and that works really beautifully, I think, with the designs. You've then got the clear quartz, which again, you know, chameleon of the gemstone world. You see how it's picking up and always magnifying each and every one of these cords. I mean, look at those in the middle. That is a lagoon-like blue on this, isn't it? Little droplets of the lagoon, just stunning. Just to let you know, size on those ones, 4mm rounds on those ones. And then last but by no means least, the druzy.
Oh, wow, yes, the druzy. How exciting is that?
It is, isn't it? What do you like about druzy, please?
Well, you've got to stop and have a look at it because it draws you in. So when you're drawn in, there's like all these little magical worlds in there, sort of a little cave, and you expect the fairies to be in there.
You're absolutely right. I adore that. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is mystical, it is magical, it is what's going to happen next, isn't it? It is a stunning gem. And again, that is a kind of formation totally due to Mother Nature. It's due to essentially a change in circumstances within what is generally, for this gemstone, you're hollowing, because this is... formed essentially generally within your geode, and then you get, because of course it is a quartz, but what you get is a very quick change in situation for the gem. I always think of it as, it's like on a really hot day, if you can remember what they are, on a really hot day in summer when you're in your car and it's absolutely sweltering because this heat is just palpable, and all the windows are kind of feel horrible and you feel close and gross. And then if you're driving and you go into a tunnel and then all of a sudden you're instantly cooler. It's a bit like that. It's like that. You get all of this very warm silica-based substance, very, very warm, running through the crust of the earth. And then essentially it will get taken into this extremely porous geode. It gets zapped into it, sucked into it because it's so porous. But inside the geode, because it's hollow, because it's deeper down in the earth, it's so cold, it's like they kind of freeze in time. And that's the kind of effect that you're getting with it. It is a beautiful, beautiful look that you get, in particular in that colour, I've got to say, really nice. We've got some golden spaces here for you now. I love bringing these spaces because for me, I've helped myself to, you know, I've got myself a few tubes in the past and they're just so workable. I like that you've kind of used them in a slightly different manner to how I normally would in your pieces, Helen.
Yeah, I've put a few in the actual design. So I did Kumihimo with I thought it went so well, these threads with Kumihimo. So I actually added the beads to that. But I've also done a channel set-in type of thing with them as well.
Love that.
Which I think actually would work really, really well as one piece on its own. But as we were looking at Celtic knots, I added a little Celtic knot in there as well. The actual they call beads, the golden, are they seed beads?
I
those,
call them, seed beads, spacer beads,
You could use them for so many things because they've got a nice deep hole in them.
Yes.
So you could actually add them to 3 or 4 or even 5 strands. You haven't got to worry about using one strand with those.
You can just go with it, can't you? You can really
great.
go for it. I've also got all the cord ends. Now, I'm sure you know we don't tend to have them in often at all, do we? Yeah. These are going to make your life so much easier. You've got a beautiful selection of them here, your Kumihimo accessory packs. You've got the 4mm pack here, so that mainly talks about this section that I'm showing you there, the size of that. So it can kind of give you a really dainty look, actually. But you can, of course, add loads and loads and loads of different colours and different cords in there to give it a bit of a different appeal, if you so wish. You also get within the accessory pack these charm hangers, but again, they can be used for loads more. You also get the T-bar, you also get the oval jump rings. Very important indeed, because when you place them through the end here, if they were round, they just wouldn't move. You've also got in there all of those gorgeous toggle clasps as well, with the T-bars and with the loops, of course. So really, really useful collection we've got in here for you today. Your price point, there's people already on the phone for your Celtic knots. Should be £43.70. Shoulda, woulda, coulda here today. We're not playing by the rules at all. You ready for this? We're rolling this down. We shouldn't be rolling it down this low, but we're going to.
Oh,
£21.95. And can I just point out that that kind of £43.70 price point that we'd seen isn't technically your RRP either, because we've taken down some of these products in price of late. I mean, when we say we're breaking the rules, we absolutely mean it today. We really, really do. Do get that in your basket. Do check those ones out when you have the opportunity, because it really is something very, very special indeed. £21.95.
oh gosh, that is amazing. I'd expect that, well, more than that for one necklace. So, and I obviously haven't used everything.
No,
because there's so much.
Could you?
No, I've used a little bit of everything just to give the feel.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to play with out there.
Yeah.
So that was great.
It's just fab. Do you want to have a look at what she's been making? What's your inspiration with this then, please?
Well, the actual, obviously looking inside the box, and I had all these lovely threads to work with, and I love Waihimo, so I thought, right, let's go for the Kumihimo, which is obviously where I started.
Yes.
And I tried to do some different designs in Kumihimo, which I hopefully share with you as well. And then what I wanted to do was make sure that I'd added each section, each piece, so I've got something of everything in there that people can just get an idea, maybe a little bit of an inspiration, and then take it further.
Yeah.
So it is really just a hint of what you can do. Now there's pieces in there that are sort of woven in, you know,
Okay.
beaded in,
Yeah,
as
I
in
see.
added to the kumihimo.
Yeah.
There are pieces in there that I've used the backing. We've got lovely foundation fabrics.
Yes.
And then I've just mounted them on the foundation fabric, so I've got some of that. And then other pieces then which are sewn in, such as the channel set in there.
The channel set, which is phenomenal.
You could wire set it if you wanted. I did sew through there, but there's lots of different things you can do with it.
So special,
Yeah,
isn't it? It
really
really is.
exciting.
We're going to learn some of the things you can do with it now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't worked with cords like this before, now's going to be a great opportunity and reason to get started.
Yeah.
What are we going to start then?
Well, I was just going to show, first of all, how I've split the kumihimo, because believe it or not, if you look at the bracelet of the far end one,
Yeah.
that is one complete piece, so I haven't stopped and stuck anything on. I've continued with the kumihimo
I see.
all the way around, and then I've split the braid. So I think that's quite a new technique to bring.
Yeah, I love that
So I
idea.
thought, right, I'll show you a little bit of that.
Fab.
So I've started on the round one. Are we ready to rock and roll?
We are ready to rock and roll. We're rolling Rocky down the rocky road hill. You know exactly, Ollie.
So we know the lovely Prue, and we know that her great designs, and she's brought this one to many a time on the round board with the eight sections. And all I've done is everything here today, I've grouped together 5 strands.
So 5 of the cords.
And there you go, and that's what 5 looks like together. You've got, and all I've done is knotted at one end, and we've got 5 strands together. Now, in this particular one, I've kept all the strands the same colour, and you get different effects, obviously, as you go along. Beautiful sari silks there. So I've started it off. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a round braid coming out through the end. There you go, as you would normally, as you would with Prue, and I would just keep going with that. So it is. I'll go through it quickly. It's a very easy one. So it's up. Now I know Prue always starts at the top.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work like that. I've got to go with how my brain works. So I'm bringing that one down, and they are just straight down. I'm turning now to the right. If you turn to the left is fine, just always turn the same way.
Okay.
I
What
start
happens if we
from the
don't?
bottom. If you don't turn,
To go a bit out of control.
well, you'll know, because you won't be able to cross where you want to be.
I get you.
Because
Okay.
the actual threads you're crossing with sit underneath.
Yes, I
So you
see.
can't actually, nothing will happen.
Okay.
So all I've done is do that, which I know Prue's done loads of times, and there's DVDs out there, and it's a very well-known idea of doing.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
I started off 8 strands, 5 in each.
Okay.
Now, what I've done to split it is I've literally thought, right, I'm going to cut this sort of braid, this board, if you like, in half, and I need 4 strands to make a cord. So all I'm going to do is bring 4 strands together. So all I've done is taken the right side and I've bundled them all together.
Okay.
And they're going to sit on the board quite nicely, and because I've got my little bobbins on them, they're not going to tangle, they're not going to do any harm, and you can sort them out later. I then go to the left side of the board where I've got 2, and I just bring that over. So all I've done now is I've divided that one braid into 2 sections. And this is a very easy technique. You start with all your braids on the right hand side of those dots. So wherever you see a dot, or if you've got letters, wherever you see your letters, the right hand side is where you place them all.
Okay.
Now, all you do then is I start from the bottom, is up to 12 o'clock, to the left, and then you bring it down, down to the left of that dot.
Okay.
Then you turn, such an easy one, up to the left, down to the left, turn, up to the left, down to the left, children will love this one. It comes out a lovely braid, and you can see it's just 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, all the time. Can you see that? It's just so easy to work with.
It is really simple, isn't it? Do you have to keep it perfectly in the middle every time?
No, you do. Prue will tell you that to get the, you know, your correct tension and that twist, it is good to get it in the centre. And I'm sure you when you do it, you do a lot of me, though.
Yeah, now and again.
But to be honest, if it wobbles off like it has you, I never seem to have any problems.
Yeah, no,
with
I'm
it.
the same. You see, I'm a bit more.
Yeah.
It sort of moves itself, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, this one I can see is coming along really nicely. Now the phenomena is you always, although you started and you lay them on the right, you always only have to move them to the left. So it's a very strange...
That is bizarre, actually, isn't it?
So I always just go to the left, one up, one down. And that's all I'm doing. Now, when I feel as though I've got a long enough braid, which obviously I did have on the bracelet there, all I do then is I group these together exactly the same way. And I go back to those ones now. You can see the braid that's come in there.
Yeah, I see.
And now I'm going back to these, and that's all I do is separate those out, and I do exactly the same. And you don't have to worry about where they go in, as long as they start to the left again, to the right, all the way around. And then you just start again, and you come up. Oops, I didn't bring that one down. And you see how easy is that? And what you're effectively doing is making 2 braids on 1 strand. Do a couple more so you can see. And then to close it off, I'll just make a few more so they meet. Am I doing all right for time? Just bring that down. And then to bring them back together, that's all you do, is literally bring them back together. So I'm going to decide, it doesn't matter where they go. I've done it numerous times and they sort of sit well. They'll just go naturally where they want to go anyway.
Yeah.
I will bring that one to there and that one to there. And we're back to the 8 again.
So they always tell you where they want to go, actually, don't they?
Yes, as long as you've got your bobbins on. So now I've got my thumb now in that little cradle where I've made, obviously I've done a lot more braiding of separating the braids, but I've got my finger now, my thumb in the cradle, and now I'm just going to go back to the normal one and just turn that, and then I will quickly show you the effect.
So that's kind of bringing it all back in, isn't it?
It is. And now, as you see, threads are moving back round the board again, as they were stagnant when I was just doing braiding on its own. They just stayed either side of that, which I always find fascinating. They actually just stay there on the board. When you do it this way, they move around the board.
So they need to move at this point, don't they?
Yeah, it's fascinating when you think of it. So a few more just to show you.
And I suppose, can you make this as long as you want? Would you separate it for a long time, or would you...
On the necklace, I've separated it for a long time. So it's gone through about, a good few inches. But then what I've done to create the knot, which we'll talk about Celtic knots in a second, but when you create the knot, you actually... It's a bit of a phenomena. It isn't one piece. So because I've already had the 2 tail bits that I've just made doing this, I added 2 more pieces to it to create the knots. So that's what you do. So I've left the bracelet as it is. If you added 2 more strands to that, you would create the knots.
I see, clever.
Right, I don't know. I think I've done enough there. Can you see the effect?
Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see the effect?
Yes, you can.
So we've got this at the bottom, this at the top. There you go, that's better.
That's fab, I see.
And I've split it in the middle. and obviously I've just done that longer for that.
That's fine.
So it's a new technique, but it's really simple and it's really handy to use.
It's a really stunning technique, isn't it? It's just fantastic.
Isn't
It really is. And to finish off that piece and the necklace and a lot of the other pieces, you have gone for the Hemo cord ends. Now, I've got a set for you here. Why do you love these so much?
Well, if I'm doing anything with the Kumihimo, obviously, you know, you want the correct tools for the job. And these are the correct tools for the job. Oh, look at that, it's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Perfect now for Valentine's as well.
Yeah.
And with the kits especially, because my braiding, I do various braids. The centre one, I've done a much smaller braid. I use the smaller bell caps. And then obviously for the larger, thicker braids, such as the one we've just done actually, I use the bigger ones. So it's great to be able to have the choice.
It is good, isn't it?
It is, because in most cases you can't get the choice. Well, to be honest, I've never seen them as a kit before. They're usually quite expensive just to go out and buy the pieces at a time, one piece at a time. So that's great, but to have it like that, it's fantastic.
And can I just say as well that the pieces I'm showing you, these aren't all of the pieces. There are loads more that we're getting in there. It's absolutely huge. You're getting 4 of the heart charms. These are all, by the way, gold plated. I do need to point that out. You've got genuine, real deal 9-carat gold over the top of every single one of these. But, you know, I just wanted to show you kind of the amount of the small ends that you get here. Just to let you know the ID on each of these. You've got 3mm here, the whole pack I've got out. You've then got the 4mm, the 6mm and the 8mm, and like I say, there's loads more in there as well. You do get the charm carrier, the jump rings, as well as the set of toggle clasps. Your price point today on your Matrix collection, £12.95 for all of them. What do you think of that?
That is astounding. That is amazing.
I'm about to make it even better.
No.
£6.95 for you today. What do you think of that, Helen?
Oh gosh, that's a ridiculous price. I mean, you wouldn't buy one bracelet for that, would you? Hello, how many sets have you got there? Is phenomenal.
Wow, massive set, a massive amount.
10, 12 set more.
That's amazing.
You know,
isn't it?
I'm looking now and thinking, oh gosh,
£6.95.
lot of sets there. That is great. And you can change, because you've got the added extras of your hearts and you're also your little bales there. You can actually add something different to each one you make.
I love that idea, because then you could do the same weave or try and kind of practice the weave and really get into one and then mix it up just with what you drop from it.
Yeah, you can change it around, so out of one you actually get several designs.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
There's lots of you coming in for this one. People are on the phone lines as well. Please do stay on the phone lines with us. We will be with you in just a few seconds. Press option 1 to get straight through to us, to the call centre. It's just £6.95. That is it. The quality of these are phenomenal. Everything you can see on screen now, you will be getting your hands on. And don't forget that with the likes of the hearts, because they do have that copper at the centre of them, I mean, you can stamp into those. You could put names on those. They're large enough. They're absolutely large enough. You could put a special date on there, whether it be, you know, the day that you and your friend or you and your loved one met, whether it be their birthday, whatever it could be, absolutely anything you can set your mind to, you'll be able to stamp on there, because it's a really, really good quality. And like I say, it has got genuine, real deal gold over the top, which is phenomenal. Yeah. Now, I just need to let you know that I am so close to half my stock being gone. I've just been made aware that I have 45 of these sold. I started off with bang on the nose of 100. So very, very, very well, half of my stock has now gone, I've been told. So please do check out those baskets on this when you have the opportunity to do so. We don't get to see these often at all, let alone at £6.95.
No, that's a ridiculous price. And the quality, you know, they really are quality. And I love the way that the detail on them as well. You don't always get that.
No, you're right.
Usually they're quite plain, but they're real lovely quality, lovely shape. I notice you've got the great, they're quite difficult to get hold of, those oval.
The massive oval jump rings.
Yeah, they're brilliant for the larger ones. And then for the smaller ones, you can still use just the round jump rings, or O-rings, I always know them as. I get a bit confused, but they're the same as a jump ring. Yeah. But those oval rings there, they're for the larger ones, and they're fantastic, but as I say, they're very difficult to get hold of.
Tricky to get hands on.
So to have them in your pack like that is brilliant.
Now, one thing I will say is I'm about to sell out of these. I'm extremely sorry indeed. So just so I don't have to interrupt Helen later on, I'm very quickly going to bring you this beautiful gemstone. And I've got to say, you know, speaking of the heart detail, I've got a heart-shaped strand here for you, which just goes beautifully, not only due to the sentiment, but also due to the colouring as well. I've got 2 of these here for you. Now, we do have to bring these to your screen, because when we're in our free view hours, if we don't have graphics up on screen, an alarm goes off and we get a call. So we're bringing these to you really quickly now. They are your 12mm hearts of your stunning pyrite we have here. What I adore about when you add a colouring to pyrite is very happy to give you the look exactly it wants. And what I love with this is the actual real deal pyrite is very much shining through here. These are not the kind of high shine sheen you would expect from the likes of a hematite. Can you see how they've almost got that aged look? How they almost look slightly mystical? How they almost look almost like they've slightly patinaed actually in time. That is due to the nature of a pyrite. It's very much like when you see a natural pyrite, there will inherently be more of a spettled, more of a mottled surface to it than the likes of a natural hematite. And that's one of the ways that's easy to kind of not get them as confused. This, we've kept to the true nature of that beautiful pyrite. We've applied a little bit of colour to the top of it, which has given it that stunning mystical look, but we've let that beauty, that vintage-esque, crackled-esque look of the pyrite shine through. I've got 2 strands here for you. I've not seen a strand like pyrite like this in a very long time. Should be £14 essentially, but not today. We are going to drop this down for you. This is a very, very unique collection we have here. If you've got hematite hearts, put them next to each other because they're going to look so different. £9.95 for you today on these 2 strands for you. Great for stretchies, great for hairbands, and actually really nice if you want to do kind of a little bit of a Great Gatsby-esque design or detail, because of course Great Gatsby, very high shine, quite metallicized looks in decor, and quite happy to have big bold colours like you've got here. But actually, for me personally, if I were to do something like that, I would be going more for this than I would the same variety on the likes of a hematite, just because of that vintage-esque detail and look. Stunning pairing there. £9.95, big price drop, multi-buyers. Check out whilst you have the opportunity. Okay, Helen, I'm back with you now. Thank you for letting me do both of those. Where are we going to next, please?
All right, so I was going to go straight to the sort of type of knots now. I'll keep a simple knot. Obviously, the far end one is very complex, as we've just seen that it's the way it's made as well. So I was going to start off with an easier one, probably the middle one.
Fantastic.
And so what I've done is made my cord exactly in the same way as I did just now with just 4 strands. So just to remind you, it's just 4 strands on your round board, and then 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then they just go to the left of each time you bring them down and up.
Got you.
And that's it.
Okay.
And that creates this really wonderful cord. Now you'll see then when you're doing the cord, this colour starts to come through, and you can actually see now what the colours are. And this is this beautiful, beautiful, almost emerald feel about it. Very Bollywood to me, actually. And again, the other one is a very purpley colour as well. So that's it. That's really great as well. So we've got the 2. And if you get your cord, so you've made up your cord, if you just knot it, so all I'm going to do is knot it like that, ordinary knot.
That's easy.
And then just bring it back on itself, and there it is. I'll do it that way. I just pinch it there and sew it there.
That's so simple.
So all I've done is open the knot.
Yeah.
And that is a Celtic knot. That is a very traditional Celtic knot. You can do it in wire as well.
Yeah.
But that is actually all that one is there.
That's brilliant.
And what I've done there is I've just done 3 knots on the strand of Kumihimo and then opened up the knots. I have put a little loop underneath them just to give it a little bit of something extra, which is easily done. You can either bring your cord back through it at the back, or you could even add it on. It doesn't really matter. So it's as simple as that. Now, for the next one, you can stay in this now, and you can literally, I have to bring it round to face me so I can see what I'm doing. Two things you can do now. You can either add your next one. Now, I've always told that with your Celtic knots, that it's an illusion. They're not made mostly of one. The only one you'll see is this type of knot made of one. Mostly, they are 1, 2 or 3, even 4 shapes, and then they're interwoven. But when they're interwoven, people think that they are like braided in or even woven in, and they're not. It's like a stitch. So, say we'll go with this now. Say we've got a stitch there. Say we've got 2 there, like that, and I want to link that one into that one. What I would actually do is one becomes the actual stitch, and that just sits on top. And the other one then is the one that would fasten. So in this case, I need to fasten that one. So what I would do is probably bring that one down there. I've got to think now, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. So we would do up through there, that's it, half and half. So I'm halfway that way, and then I would bring this one then, that's it, I remember now, down through there and up through there. So you've got one side there then, and then the same for the other side. So I'm bringing that down. I've got to remember again which way I'm going. Down through there, and this is my stitch, so I'm going up through there, and I'm capturing that as a stitch.
I can see.
So it's not woven, it's like a stitch, more of a stitch. And then when you pull, you get a knot. So if you think of it as a stitch, and you can make your own up, just by stitch. So just think of a stitch rather than weaving. So think one is going straight, the other one is going down through and up and holding it in position.
That's fab.
And that's really the sort of how Celtic knots are made. It's actually and that's how all those are made.
That is so special. Thank you so much for showing us that. That is just superb.
There's one thing very quickly I wanted to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know people, I've had emails and things about the stars, because they're very small drill holes.
Yes.
And how have I got them through the cords? The cords. Very simply, if you've got very small drill holes on pearls or stars or any other drill holes, they say you can't get your needle through, you can't get a beading wire through because it's twisted. This is my trick. 0.25 wire folded in half. That's all it is, nothing else. I use this for pearls with very small gaps. I pull that there. You will just need to bring whatever you're using around that thread there. I've not twisted the wire. I really wanted to show you with the star and I can't find it, but I'll show you with this. And it literally slides on.
So clever.
Okay.
Fab.
And that's how I got the stars on the Kumihimo. And I've used one strand out of the 5 in each section.
Right.
That's all you need.
Just to hold it in.
And it literally sits on one strand of the 5.
Thank you so much for showing us that, Helen. We're going to have a look at what you've been making as well. Now's our Wall of Fame.
Oh, brilliant.
Hello everyone, we're over here at the Wall of Fame and we're going to get all 10 into this section. So let's start with 290 and this one is in from Michelle. It says, hi all at Jewellery Maker. This is a torque necklace using 2mm aluminium wire, red quartz, green crackle quartz, amethyst, coloured and gold coloured lace from JM. It is more of a statement piece than I usually do, and the design ran away with me, but I think I have got the overall balance right. All the best to the presenters and crew, and that is Michelle. I think you're right. You have got the balance there. Yes. I completely agree with that. Balance is something that I try and look out for. I love that. Love that. $2.90 for you today.
The great thing as well is it draws the eye down.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
And that's what you need, is that flow, that something that takes the eye down.
Yeah,
Brilliant
adore that.
work.
Thank you.
Shall I go next? I know
Correct,
you've got
go ahead.
291. Does that matter?
No, it does not at all, don't worry.
So I've got 295 here, and I've got this from Alex from the Forester Dean. It says Alexandra on the top there. Good morning, everybody. I've attached a photo of a labradorite cabochon I bought in a collection from JM last year. They're all beautiful. I've used glue from JM to attach it to a bale. This is the only item that's not from JM. Please stock them. So there's a little bale there we'll have to look out for. And then I've suspended it onto a silver collar choker that I bought from you just before Christmas. I love it. It's so simple, but sometimes that's all that is needed with a stunning, beautiful, mystical, amazing labradorite. Can you tell I love it? Good luck, fellow waffers.
I love it too. I can tell. I absolutely love it. What a great way to show it off. 291 now is from Clennis. It says, this is my entry to the Wall of Fame made with silver plated chain and hematite stars. Been recovering from surgery, so I haven't entered for a while. Oh, Glennis, I hope you're feeling better now, lovely lady. And this is a thing to put a smile on your face, isn't it? Thank you very much for creating that for us. Just think it's so elegant. 291's your number.
Fantastic. So I got 296, and somebody's been working hard, and it's Shirley Harris in Pembrokeshire. And it says, hi all at JM, here is my entry to the Wall of Fame. A rose quartz rectangular simply wrapped in silver coloured wire. I didn't want to cover the stone as I think rose quartz is too pretty to cover completely. Good luck to all in the draw. And that's, as I say, from Shirley. Shirley, I totally agree with you. It's stunning.
It's really so neat as well. Yeah. Blimey. 292 belongs to Helen, and it says started out with wire and lapis bracelet, but morphed into a lace wing brooch as it developed. Used 025, 06 from JM. Thank you, as always, for the great products and inspiration. And that is from Helen.
Oh, lovely.
Really pretty indeed.
That's fantastic, isn't it? I love that as well. So I've got 297 and another busy bee here. Trish Hart. Hi, Happy New Year to you all, and a Happy New Year to you as well, Trish. I haven't sent anything in for a while, haven't been well, so I have some catching up to do. I made these two necklaces with the lovely druzy. The white one I put with hematite, rice pearls and quartz, then wrapped them with copper wire. Hope you like it. I love those druzies, so do I. The hematite one is similar, but without the wrapped wire. Everything from JM, of course, I wouldn't go anywhere else. All the very best to you all. And as I say, that's from Trish from South Wales. Well done, that's fantastic. The work in there, the
You're
detail.
right about those druzy too.
Yeah.
293 belongs to Francis in Stirling. It says, this is a bracelet, earrings and necklace set. The gemstone is the lovely labradorite with spacer beads from my stash. Clasps and labradorite, all from JewelleryMaker. Good luck to all this week, and that is Francis. Thank you so much for sending that in. And I love the way that you've got it with the silver. I do that as well with labradorite. Yeah. 293, good luck.
I'd love to see a set as well, it's lovely, and I've got one here.
Oh, yeah.
298, Jackie Whittaker. This is my Wall of Fame entry for this week. A simple necklace and bracelet set made of emerald, rubies and sapphires with sterling silver, all from JM. Keep up with the great shows, and I must say that right from the beginning you have well and truly grown, and for people like me who's disabled, Jackie, you have brought us a lot of new friends, so big love and hugs to you all. Love from Jackie. Well, that's lovely, Jackie, that we brighten your days up there. Thank you very much.
You're so lovely. And What a posh set of gems to go for. I love your style. 294 here. Love the shapes in this. It says, this is my first attempt at a wire cuff style bracelet. It's a kind of prototype using some spare wire, but was quite pleased with the results. I have since made some gemstone flowers, which I will eventually get around to attaching. Anyway, good luck to all the Wall of Famers. Keep up the laughs and lovely deals, and that's of love from Marie. Thank you for sending that in. Isn't that fun when something you're just trying out and then it works and you think, I like that as a base. I think that's fab. Love those ones. 294 is your number.
So is this Sean or
Sean?
Sean Hawkins. This is from, and this is number 299. Here is my necklace and bracelet. Is lavender quartz and hematite stars. All Jewellery Maker's gems. Love the shows. Have a massive stash thanks to the clearance before Christmas. Oh yeah.
Oh, aye.
And we all. Happy days. And that's, as I say, from Sean Hawkins in Bristol. Well done. That's fantastic.
Fab.
Really amazing.
I love the different stranding.
It's fantastic work that's
They're
going on.
brilliant, aren't they? Yeah. They are great. Thank you for sending in all your designs. Okay, everybody, after the break, I have got one of your favourite gemstones. It is the strand of labradorite. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back on the other side of this break.
In ancient times, the Romans really treasured opal. In fact, Pliny the Elder had an opal, or wrote about an opal, which Mark Antony was giving to Cleopatra, except Mark Antony didn't own the stone. Mark Antony tried to buy the stone for 80,000 sesterces. That was a lot of money in those days. So the Senator Nonius that owned the opal didn't want to sell it. Mark Antony had him banished. So Pliny wrote this story, and he also wrote about opal. He said, "For in them you shall see the living fire of the ruby, the glorious purple of the amethyst, the sea green of the emerald, all glittering together." So that's the way he thought about opal. He thought opal was the most treasured, and the Romans did, of all gemstones at that time.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair comb, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Did you know that no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one postage and packaging fee?
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on Jewellery Maker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma, maybe your mum. So there's always that emotional attachment to pearls, and they can be classic, they can be contemporary, they can really be whatever you want them to be, and definitely one of my favourite gemstones.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
Spectralite. What is spectralite? Well, good question. It's a matter of opinion, a lot of it, if I'm completely honest. It really is. There are certain things that we will look for in a spectralite. A spectralite itself is something which we expect to have a serious range of colour. Spectralite to have a lot of colour. Yeah, almost. Spectralite itself is something which we look for a range of colours, and this can take place in more than one stone. Now, I've got that here completely. I've got golds, blues, greens, purples in here, and every single one of those colours is the real deal. This isn't a dye, this isn't a coating on top, this isn't even anything that's been injected, this is the real deal. And what you get with something that is the true deal like this is you get the status of Mother Nature, and Mother Nature knows what she's doing. I mean, seriously, that for me is exactly what I would expect in a spectralite. This one here is exactly what I would expect. Those types of colours, the pinks with the golds and the blues and the teals. Also the fact of the location, that is the main location I would expect to see a spectralite from as well. This is your Madagascan labradorite. Now, what is the difference between labradorite and spectralite? Because they're in the same family, they're the same mineral. You've got your feldspar family within there. The ingredients, the cocktail of ingredients are the same. What is the difference? Well, I'll be honest with you, like I said, it is a matter of opinion. And actually, so long as you've got the range of colours in one gemstone, it is very much as a matter of opinion. What we've got here, to my eye, I personally would say is definitely spectralite. We've played it safe with this and we've gone for labradorite. I absolutely adore this gem, whether you want to call it spectralite or labradorite. I absolutely adore it, especially when the quality is as it is. This is unique, this is individual, this is the type of quality that I actually believe some of the biggest jewellers in the world would hope for. I mean, let me just, I don't want to whack my mic with this, and I also, all my backwards dress, but if I pull that down slightly, can you see the quality of that? How high-end does that look? How glamorous are you going to look? I mean, if I just pull that out of the way, look at the quality of that, ladies and gents. From the other side of the room, you're going to get that glamour, aren't you? From the other side of the party, you're going to get that glamour, aren't you, Helen?
Oh, definitely. And for me, butterfly wings, dragonfly wings, encased in silver. Perfect.
Perfect, time and time again. The quality is exceptional. One thing is that labradorite, you can get this stone, and if there is no colour play under the surface, that can be called labradorite. If you got the gemstone and it had no colour play at all, it would be classed as labradorite, not spectralite. This to me is spectralite. But you're going to get it at a labradorite name because that's what we've called it. It's a labradorite. And because we've given it the name of a labradorite, as tends to be on the market, we're then going to give you the price of a labradorite, not a spectralite. I personally think we're getting the look of a spectralite, but we're not going to give you the price, which is usually higher than that, of a spectralite. We're going to give you the price of a labradorite. You ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, your price point today on this brand spanking new spectralite-esque strand of labradorite is just £24.95. That is amazing, isn't it? That is phenomenal. Speechless,
Amazing.
Helen is. Helen was just moving her mouth for about 20 seconds then, but no words were coming out.
Do you know what? It really is. It's mystical and magical, and it's almost alive in there, isn't it? The colours that are bouncing off it and going through, and there's golds in there, there's greens, and there's all sorts going on in there, isn't there? But to me, it's the real butterfly wing type of thing. That butterfly and dragonfly. Do you know what? I think I would do exactly what you did and wear it up on the neck.
Yeah.
Because it's got a fantastic shape, hasn't it?
Yes, it is just stunning.
I know.
I adore it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never, ever, ever been able to find or get your hand on spectralite, then this for me is the one. This for me is the one that you'd go for. Again, it is classed as a labradorite. We've classed it as a labradorite. There could be numerous reasons for that. It's like, you know our ametrine strands sometimes, and we call them amethyst because one or two of them might just be an amethyst. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we'll call them that if maybe we call it labradorite, maybe because not every single one has got those spectralite charms, let's say. So we have called this your labradorite. That is a labradorite price. It is not a spectralite price. Spectralite in certain areas can be asking, now what is it? It's either 25 or 35% increase in price point is the general average at your base rate, at your base rate prices. So that to me is definitely a labradorite price and not a spectralite price, but it's got the look of it most certainly.
I hope is there a lot of those, because I really need one.
Yeah,
hopefully.
You look super concerned.
Oh yeah. What is the code so I can write it down?
You've got RIRU74. Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Are you 74?
I was looking for my pen, you see. I was looking for my... Yeah.
Were you?
74, yeah.
Are you 74?
Oh,
it's easy, say it like that.
74.
Are you?
I forgot the RU bit.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, got it?
Yeah.
You won't forget that anytime soon. Get that one whilst you can. It's just, I mean, that to me looks like something that you would see on a massive high budget film set.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Some mystical character.
Well, I've got to say, it's fairyland for me. I mean, I live mostly in fairyland anyway, but the queen of the fairies, I would be with that on.
Oh, you absolutely would. Yeah, very Titania, isn't it?
Yes.
Very. Beverly's saying
go for it.
That is the best labradorite I have ever seen. Beverly, thank you so much for that comment. I agree with you. Do you know what? Even a headband piece.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That is
Princess
Hollywood.
Becky.
Sorry, Helen. Some people might not have heard that. Just say what you said again then.
Princess Becky.
Oh yeah! Oh, I love that. You're right. It does give me a princess-esque tone, doesn't it? Okay, Helena has just burst my bubble now. Producer Helena saying, yeah, Princess Becky with a dress on back to front. That really does finish off the look, doesn't it?
I'll snip it off, you'll be fine.
Thanks. I love that. Well done, everyone. Just to let you know, half of my stock has gone on this today. So please don't miss out. This is, I think anyway, the type of strand that you are going to be very upset if you miss.
Oh, yeah.
I would say. I really would. This, for me, is one of those gemstone strands of the quality that it is, that if you did miss out on it, you would be extremely upset, wouldn't you?
Oh, gosh.
Phenomenal, isn't it?
I'll cry.
Oh, please don't. And if you do, don't worry. Princess Becky will give you a hug.
Thank you.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? I just love it. Well done to everybody. Okay, if you want them, you've got to check them out now. Go. This is not a drill. Do check out those baskets for us today. Great deal there. Sensational price point. Nice work to you all. How do we feel about having some fundles with some bundles? Cass likes that. That was a little laugh from over the wall. Thanks, Cass. Look at her, she can barely control herself. She's laughing so hard. She's laughing so hard, she can hardly control herself. Thanks, Cass. Okay, I'm going to bring you some bundles now. I've got, whoa. Anyone for some fruity tones in here? Lemons and oranges and limes. Ooh. That is a citrusy, zesty burst of fun, isn't it? Wowzers. If you are not awake yet, ladies and gentlemen, you are now, aren't you? That is poppy, isn't it? That is poppy, that is bright. Is anyone going to any summer events yet? Have you organised your summer events yet? Is there any weddings on the horizon? Are there any race days you're planning on going to? I think these are those kind of summertime pops of colour that can give you just a real look of fun and vibrancy. Sue has made for us, just checking it was, Sue has made for us super lengthy necklace here, which just says fun, doesn't it?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
And with the earrings as well.
To me, vintage, and it could go in several different eras.
Go on.
It could be, you know, obviously the 1980s because you've got those sort of colours.
Yeah.
Even the 1920s with the chain going through.
Yes.
And I'm going to name somebody now. You might have to add another two. Laura Ashley.
Ah, yeah, completely agree with that. Yes.
That is, you know, I've got pieces in my collection that would fit in very nice.
You're right, actually. Also, Kath Kidson, for example,
yes,
and who else works with colours similar to this?
Me!
Orla Keeley. Oh. Congratulations. This is your Daffodils collection. Strands of shell. You'd be shellfish not to buy these for yourself and your friends today. Your price point, everybody. We are going low, and Helena, my producer, is going because Scott's not here. 4 strands, £6.95. That's a clearance opportunity. That's a clearance deal. Those are the prices for 4 strands. We only saw at the clearance, aren't they? A leftover little treat for you here. In fact, it's not even a leftover treat because Helen wasn't meant to do that. That is a serious, serious deal and a half. It really, really is. Look at how you get a stunning look and a stunning effect like you get of this sometimes. Okay, everybody, you've got to get this in and out of the basket. And this is going to work with such a vast majority. Vast amount of different colours. Don't be afraid of colours like this. Don't be worried about them. Don't look at them and go, oh my lord, what am I going to put with those? Think of them as flowers. Think of them as something in Mother Nature, okay? You've got your bright, bright, bright daffodil colours, haven't you? You've got that beautiful kind of apple colour, actually, haven't you? With these, to my eye, that's what it is instantly. You've got these stunning, bright, vibrant, almost hydrangea colours running through here, haven't you? And then think, what do they go with in nature? What do you see with them? Because for me, actually, when I'm looking at these colours, I'm instantly seeing the likes of a crocus. I'm instantly seeing, you know, the red and the orange of a crocus with that beautiful, vibrant green stem. I'm thinking of the likes of big, almost Japanese honey blossom. You know, you get that vibrant green of a honey blossom, that kind of look. I'm thinking of all of these different things I'm seeing in Mother Nature, and the shapes are just an add-on, aren't they, to be a bit different. £6.95 for you today. I'm bringing you some more. This is a low stock opportunity, and you're going to want this because it's different, it's unique, and actually, someone sort of messaged before talking about on the Wall of Fame how, JewelleryMaker, will you bring us some veils? This has got to be, this has got to be the closest we've gotten. Let me show you around. Because it's your charm hanger, I would say, so I describe it. Charm hanger or bail. So can you see? Look at the detail on these. Rounded off. You've got the silver in there. Look how sizable they are, and look at how many you're getting. Mammoth amount. Huge amount. Oh my gosh, they do look like little tea cups. I watched Epic yesterday. Has anyone seen that? Oh, it's epic. It's so lovely. It's about this is an animation. This girl gets shrunk down to like be with these fairies and like help protect them. Beyonce's in it, you know. But that's what this reminds me of. Little teacups. Just me. I've also got in here for you these ones. No, they are not mini beatboxes off of the 80s. These, ladies and gentlemen, are your 4-row spacer hangers. So you've got the loop at the top there, and hang on, let me spin it over. There you go. You've got your entrance points in there. Very easy to use indeed. Gives you the opportunity to get a very high-end, quite Art Deco actually, kind of 4 connector, necklace or bracelet or just a pendant. Great collection here. Very unique and individual. Low stock now though. You ready for this? I'm in my last chance saloon now. Should be $35.85. Ignore that completely. Put that to the back of your mind. I mean, this is a mammoth collection that we're getting here. You're getting a huge amount. You really are. £22.95 is your actual price point on these. You're getting a huge amount of these ones, including the likes of these connectors, including the likes of your little teacup designs, including... Oh my gosh, 5 of them left. I'm sorry, 5 of these left. That's it. Once they go, they go. 5 left now. Okay, another low stock opportunity. I've done that the wrong way around. Bringing to you 9 in the 9. 9 in the 9. What is it? I can't see it from here. Oh my gosh, actually choked on a bit of my spit then. Sorry. That was how shocked I was. A little bit of spittle in my mouth went right back down my throat. Oh my gosh, sorry, Imperial Topaz. Helen has just said to me. Low stock opportunity, quantity-wise, what are we looking at? Okay, last chance saloon I'm in, 30 or less. Oh my gosh, how I love thee. Oh my gosh, the quality. Oh, I love topaz, and I love Imperial Topaz. This is sensational. Take a little look at those wonderful cinnamon tones. Wow. Oh my gosh. One of the most difficult gemstones in the world to get your hands on. One of the most difficult. The reason being on this is that the mining period on it is very, very short indeed. I'm talking, you've got to come in and get this quickly if you want it, because I'm now into my, I'm in my 20s now, okay? In my 20s now. Yeah, sorry, that little bit of spittles playing havoc. You've got here stunning imperial topaz, and you've not got a very easy mining process with this. Basically, you've got this section in the crust of the earth. You know how they always say there's more water in the earth than there is on the top of the earth, okay? Because you get the inner crust water, and there's just a natural water that kind of lives. They call it sometimes seas underground, don't they? The underground seas. So you get this table of water, and it fluctuates greatly in different areas, depending on time of year, depending on the season, depending on what the weather and the time has been like, and many other attributes. Basically, this gem itself can be gotten for only around about 130 days of a year, and that's because the rest of the year in that location, the water table, so the water inside the crust of the earth, will cover the entire mine for this. It expands so much, it actually covers the entire mine, leaving the mine to look like a lake. Okay, everybody, I'm in my teens on this one now. If you want this, you've got to be quick, ladies and gentlemen. So you can only get to this for a very short period of time, and that means it's not an easy gem to get a good yield on. And at £14.95, that is an absolute shocker. Even when you can get into this mine, mining area, because of the way in which the water table is, because of the way in which we actually mine for this, you can get around about, depending exactly on the time of year, but you get around about 4 people mining this at any one time. It's not like these mines that have hundreds and hundreds of people working in them. 4 people mining at any one time. I've never ever at the top of my head seen an imperial topaz at that price before. Not off the top of my head for this carat weight. It's a goner. Oh my gosh, well done to all of you got that. That was astonishing. That's amazing. Okay, bringing to you nextly, in the 8 a.m, some amethyst. Now these are those long, almost swords of amethyst. I'm going to guess you're a fan of these ones. Am I right there, Helen?
How did you guess, Princess Becky?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm enjoying this. Kerry's shaking her head like, don't make that stick. Oh, that's going to be a sticker, that is, Kerry. Oh,
I think you should have a tiara every time you're on.
Oh, Helen, you can come back anytime you like, my love. What would you do with this to really show off that shape, please?
Well, I think, obviously, if you wanted to put one in a pendant, I'm really into sort of the silver clay, and I know loads of people are out there. Just a little design on the top there, a few little swirls, whether it be in your silver, just your silver wire, whether it be in your silver clay, whatever you fancy, just on the top there, and hang it as a pendant. To me, it's very spiritual.
Yes.
Really will bring that inner feeling of, peacefulness and relaxation. It's such a lovely, lovely cut on that, isn't it? It's very elfish.
Yeah.
You know, I feel as though elves and pixies and all those type of things will wear that as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean, actually, yeah.
You can tell what type of world I live in, can't you?
Yes, I can, and I love it. This amethyst is sensational, kind of gemstone and history-wise. It has had many a tale written about it, many a story, as far back and further as the ancient Greeks, of course, thinking this of being the gemstone that was essentially created by Dionysus, the god who sent out his tigers, they weren't they, upon a woman who had refused to marry him, and set out his tigers upon her. And then, of course, one of the gods of all things good and peace decided to solidify her, to protect her, and essentially turn her into a clear quartz. And then it said that Dionysus, knowing the error of his ways, stumbled upon this statue of Amethyst, which was the lady's name, Amethyst in this cold quartz form, and then began to cry tears of this beautiful, rich, wine-like purple. And that was what was said to have made this. Now, that's one of the reasons that gemstone is said to be a gemstone to protect against drunkenness, because he was said to have cried tears of wine. He was the god of partying, you know. But also, another thing that it's said to be is for a gemstone that should be very forgiving, and a gemstone of love, of course, as well. Notoriously worn by Valentine, it's said. So that's just one story about this, but the stories you can read are epic, as is this price. You ready for it? Your price point today. It's rolling down in price. You ready? Amethyst. £19.95 is not your price.
Oh, you're joking.
£14.95. Tell me what you think, please.
Oh my word. Well, to me, they're magical wands. And I'm sure I've got this, and I'm sure I at the higher price of £24.95.
Yes.
I'm sure I have. So for it to come down to 19, I thought, great. And now to go to 14, it's a must-have. £14.95 is a must-have price. In fact, it's been a wondrous wand and slashing its own price, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah. But these are really, really sought after, aren't they? In the you know, even if you're not spiritual, if you just have one of these and hold them in your hand, they just give you that feeling of well-being, and you can just look at it and you see the stories within them, can't you?
Yeah, you can. Every single one will tell you a different story, a different tale. In particular, that these are natural, and therefore, you know, obviously it's impossible for you to see this. You can't see the kind of depth of this, as it were, but every single one, as I hold these up, you get almost this story, this pathway, this map in every single one, which is just unique and individual. And like I say, oh, in fact, oh no, my torch has wandered off again. Oh, what's it like with those wandering torches? But genuinely, oh no, it's not. It's just out of my eye shot. Thank you, Kerry. This is my idea of looking for things.
I couldn't see it, and it was in front of me.
It's right in front. Yeah, let me show you. It's one of them. Hang on. Last 20 have just been told. Now, this is easier said than done.
Yeah.
But look, can you see that? Every single one telling you a different story and a different tale. Look at the depth of that.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it phenomenal? I love it. A great deal there for you on those ones indeed. Very, very special. Okay, everyone. And don't forget, don't you think they'd go great with the charm I had? You recall? Now, they're spectacular. Last 20 on... Look at that!
Oh my
There's
word.
something about that just makes me happy.
You've crowned it.
Yes, it is. It almost looks like a sort of like a, you know, people use in like films, they carry around, you know, little chalices with like poisons in, or like with magical properties.
Love spells.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
That is fantastic.
Love that.
Me.
Oh, the things that happen, eh? They're about to sell out. Sorry about that.
I'm not surprised.
Me neither. Okay, bring in emerald, ruby, sapphire. Oh my. And tanzanite. It's just that didn't really fit into the rhyme, so I saved it. Now, what I have here for you is a stunning, stunning quadruple set of just pure beautifulness. Oh, gosh. I've got for you here a stunning trio +1 of your spectacular gemstones. Gosh, some days, I don't know, I've no idea. I've got for you here a phenomenal collection. First off, let's start off with that sapphire, shall we? That wonderful sapphire of which the surface is so epic that you get a wondrous lightning bolt back to the eye of colour and light, don't you? It's just spangling. Really, really, really spangling that light. Just astonishing look we have there. I've then got for you that wondrous ruby, that rich, rich tone. That to me is the archetypal red. Is it to you? That to me is the archetypal red that we have on here. Do you mind if I have locations of these ones up for me, please, my love? Thank you, Scott. Scott's back with us now. We're having a little bit of a, you know, switcheroo today, aren't we? This ruby, I think the colour is absolutely pure. That's the type of colour that if I close my eyes and were to imagine ruby, that's the colour I would imagine. It's not wishy-washy, it's not watery, it's strong, it's bold, it's passionate, and that's exactly what this strand says to me. That's exactly what I've got there. I wanted to have a look at the location because, I knew it, I wanted to have a look at the location of this emerald. Now, where do we get our emerald from? We get it from loads of places, don't we? Colombia, Zambia. Here at JewelleryMaker, the vast majority of ours is from Brazil. This one is your Indian emerald. Now, I could tell that there was something a little bit different about this one instantly, because what you get with the likes of an Indian emerald is you get the green body, but you're also likely to get more of the bluish back palette. Now, can you see that? How it's not, on some of these is a very, very bold green, but actually on some of them, it's not just a pure green, it's got a blue back palette to it. You can see that if you were to describe the colour, see that one sort of there would be a green, wouldn't it? But that has got a blue back tone to it, an undertone it's sometimes referred to, and that is something we tend to get less of in the likes of Brazilian and more of in the likes of Indian. So lovely to be able to see that, really interesting. And I think that's why it goes so well with the blue of the Tanzanite as well. Because like I said, with the Brazilian emerald, you tend to get a yellow back palette. So actually, the yellow, blue and green, sometimes together can work, sometimes not so much. Because this is your Indian, it has that blue back tone, I think they go together absolutely perfectly. Better than I would expect Brazilian emerald to go with Tanzanite. Stunning Tanzanite, amazing clarity. Your price point today is silly. Oh, we're getting told off again, guys. Dion drops the price though, and I have to say, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Kerry, nothing to do with Ollie or anyone else. £29.95, nothing to do with me, it was Dion. It was absolutely Dion. £7.48 per strand. It was Dion. It's not our fault, Scott. It's not our fault, was it? I remember, from what I remember, Kerry, do you remember it like this? We were like, no, Dion, don't do that. Yes, Kerry was going, stop it. Yeah, I remember now you say that, Kerry. And she said, if I remember, there's two blues, didn't she? Do you remember it like that, Kerry? Exactly. So, Scott, just to be sure, Manager Scott, nothing to do with us at all. At all. Well done to everyone who's getting these. That price, I mean, what do you think?
Well, I got to laugh at the price, but the actual what you're getting is, oh, fantastic. You'd expect to pay that for one strand.
Oh, easily.
Oh, and those emeralds, they really do interest me. To have that blue hue in them is something really special, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Oh,
stunning.
And is that the Tanzanite you got rolling around there as well?
Oh,
wow. I'm a big fan of Ruby Mine. I mean, they're all there for me. The four of those, they're all on my top list anyway. So it's great, isn't it, to get all of the, you know, the top list of my favourites on one job lot. It's amazing.
It's astonishing, isn't it? Yeah. It really is. Just phenomenal.
And that price, God.
Yeah. And at that price, it is something special. And, you know, if you want to pair this with, say, your drops, don't forget I had those Tanzanite drops on earlier for you. And the Tanzanite drops, along with the Tanzanite, would be phenomenal. In fact, let me show you them sort of together, if I may. In fact, you come over here for a second. This strand here is coming in at the bottom of your screen, $27.95 for this drops of tanzanite. But you see what I mean? Because the quality is outstanding on both strands.
Oh, yeah.
It's astonishing, isn't it? Don't you think?
Fantastic.
This tanzanite, those large drops, and don't forget on that one, because of that serious carat weight, and because of the kind of beauty of the cut and the depth of the colour in that strand at the bottom of your screen, it's $27.95, and I just want to say that is an absolute deal. The fact that you're getting this strand here for under £10 is a ridiculous deal. You know, it is completely and absolutely silly. But if you want those as a pairing, I think you can't go wrong, really. And then don't forget you have got the emerald, the ruby and the sapphire. Would you work all these together, Helen?
I do tend to work in, I like, you know, lots of clusters, and I do like big statement jewellery. So I would actually, and I quite like the Bollywood theme. But saying that, to be honest, you could do a little bit of both because there's so much there. You could probably go for it and really do an intricate design with them in. As I say, a bit of a Bollywood statement theme. And then you still have enough to do in individual pieces as well. So it wouldn't really matter. You know, you could have a go at it all.
Yes, absolutely have a go with every single bit of it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that they all go together so well. You could pair them up, you could single them out. Your world's your oyster, isn't it?
Totally agree with you. Really is, isn't it? With that array of beauty. It's just exceptional. Well done to everyone who's getting those ones. If you do want to check those out, now's your opportunity to do so. Don't worry, Becky. We know it's nothing to do with you. After all, you're the presenter. D is the boss, lol. Yeah, I'm happy to say that. Yeah, we'll put... D is the boss. She's the one who's, you know, organising all of this and making sure we do the prices. Do you reckon that was D texting in? Probably was, wasn't it? She was sat at home watching. Sat at home watching, texting in. A great deal there for you. It really is special. It really is very special indeed. $29.95. Okay, 10 o'clock.
And if people want to channel set them, very easy to channel set as well.
Super duper easy. Oh my gosh, I'm just about to show you something super exciting. Can I have my quantity, please? Manager Scotty Bellotti Bean. 47. That's 4 and 7, 47. I went out bingo then, didn't I? Didn't mean to. But I love bingo me. Anyway, not the point. The point is, what I'm about to show you comes in a box like this, but it is not a strand. Get so ready. Let me just tell you a little bit about this gemstone first off. It's a gemstone which is currently exclusive to us. When we purchased this gemstone, it was exclusive to us as a company in our previous company. What we have of this gemstone now is what we have from when we were in said previous company, in that role within the previous company. However, as you will know, we no longer are. Will we be able to get this gemstone whenever we click our fingers? Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, Serenites. Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
Look at that! Isn't that a sight to behold? Okay, I've got to be quick on this one because there's not many of them left. Sterling silver, it's 925. It's got 3 serenite opportunity prong set within there. Obviously, I've only placed them in, so do be, you know, do apologise for my balancing nature of this. But £24.95. You get 3 gemstones. You get the 3 prong set elements within here. It's a very, very special gemstone indeed. Once called the plush diamond, sometimes referred to as the immature diamond. This is our exceptional serenite. If you want to get your hands on this serenite at this price, do so now. $24.95. I don't have many of these left whatsoever. Last chance saloon on this one now. If you want them, you know exactly what to do. Okay, hardly any of those left. I've got to move on. Well done, everyone. I tried to give you a heads up. That's phenomenal, isn't it? Love those. If you do want to create a very high-end look, then you have the opportunity to do so now with some gold toggles. I've got for you here these 925 with gold over the top toggle clasps. Yeah, I did. I just spoke and then didn't think, didn't I? Gold toggles. These are genuine, real deal 925 that I have here for you. Now, you've then got over the top of these gold. Gold is up in price, ladies and gentlemen. It tends to this time of year anyway, but it does sort of generally ease off around this time. It hasn't as of yet, not as much as we've seen in the past anyway. It has not eased off as of yet. One reason for that is it's always been difficult to get gold out of the ground, but now even more so than usual. Because there's lots of different guidelines now, our gold is obviously collected in a very ethical manner all across the board here at JewelleryMaker, not only for the environment but obviously for the people getting it. But the fact of the matter is that this gemstone, this material is incredibly hard to get your hands on now, and the fact of the matter is that a lot of mines that are opening to get their hands on this, because they have to be opened for around, it's around 18 months onwards before they can even take any of this out of the ground to start to make a profit on it, then the fact of the matter is, I'm so sorry. You've just sat down and the chair's just gone. Ooh. You're right there, love. There you are. It's back up. There you are. You're in the place now.
It might be my weight.
No, it's not at all. It's that chair. It won't have been on. There you are. You're there. Yeah, that's it. It's these chairs, honestly, I get it all the time. So, essentially, this gold is very difficult to get out of the ground. Lots of places going bankrupt time and time again. Your price point today is just £9.95 for you today. Or is it? No, it's not. We're rolling this down in price point. £6.95. Wow. What do you think?
Oh, that's a rock bottom price, isn't it? That is.
It really is.
Undoubtedly, the bargain of the day.
It's stunning, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is something special indeed. Because do you work with high-end metals a lot?
Yes. You know, most when you've got customers, you do try and vary it all. But yes, of course, they go for the higher end pieces.
Yeah.
Because they're special. They know that the allergies and everything else. They're not going to have any problems with any of that. But if you've got wondrous gemstones, you want these, don't you?
You do. Keep that quality there.
Yeah, you know, if you've got plastic or you know, you're just working with beads, anything will do. When you've got gemstones, you want the real deal.
Yeah. Pair it with something very special indeed. £6.95 for you on that one. Scott wants you to pair it with a golden spinel chain. Now, I think that these, brand new, just moseyed on in from the warehouse of the... Oh. Whoa. Nice.
Oh.
Now, would you go for this with those clasps as well?
Is it spinel?
It is genuine spinel, and it's on gold-plated 925.
Right, gold-plated, right, okay. My mum begged me for the one in silver for a Christmas present. I bought two.
Good.
I made a lovely long lariat chain, and she could take it round her neck. She didn't want a clasp on it.
Fab.
And now I'm sure she'll be watching and seeing this one, so I'm sure she'll want this one as well.
Yeah, I bet.
The quality in it is fantastic. My mum loves to wear it with a dress or even over a jumper.
Yeah.
So you can do it either way. You can dress it up or dress it down. It's great to have it in the gold. I haven't seen it in the gold, only in the silver before.
It is special.
But as I say, if you could link that one together, it's long enough to go over your head and you're not going to worry about a clasp.
No.
if you didn't want to. Is
Yeah, of
exactly
course.
what my mum wanted. She, you know,
Something
dexterity.
easy.
She just wanted to put it
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
She wanted to double loop it, so she's got a shorter one at the neck and a long one.
Love that.
So she did buy two. And then
Fantastic.
I just put two little links in together.
That's so simple.
And you could do lots of different, you know, wear it in lots of different ways then as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you can get your hands on this very special wonder today. Do treat yourself. You're ready for this. Your price point. It's new for you today. Gold plated, don't forget, sterling silver chain with a mammoth amount of spinel for £12.95 for you.
good.
And I've got to say, mammoth amount on here. The length of this, you're looking at a meter's worth in total. If you think about the work that we're going to make in this, I mean, it's a big amount of work, isn't it?
Well, you couldn't do it for £12.95, could
No.
you? You couldn't actually put that work in. You also couldn't get the gold-plated silver for that price to put it in either.
You're right, no.
So and the work is so intricate as well.
Yeah.
And you look at the spacings, there's not a huge gap between each spinel either.
No?
So there's
Why
a
is
lot of
that
work
good?
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the quality there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just pure quality. And then obviously you get more of the shimmer, the lights shining off and bouncing round as well.
So that really is something to behold, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like you say, you know, you couldn't make it for that price. I mean, how much is our just sterling silver wire for a meter's worth? And bear in mind, yeah, okay, it's a meter's worth when I hold it out. But actually, each one of these has got a large loop and a double wrap loop. So actually, it's coming out to more like a metre and a half if you took it all apart of that wire. And how much is our 925 wire without the gold plate over the top? Well, starting price is around the £21 mark, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And then you've got to think about all the work and the time and the spinel. Special,
You
isn't
just, yeah. It wouldn't be worth your while to do it yourself, would
Yeah,
it?
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
You might as well use somebody else has created that and sort of utilise that yourself.
I agree with you completely. Okay, last few of those ones. Half of my stock has gone on this today. If you want to get your hands on something super elegant and very much bang on trend, well, it always has been, hasn't it? £12.95. At the bottom of your screen, Scott's put this beautiful charm we had on earlier. Real deal amethyst charm that we had there for you, and it is the one that also has the sterling silver upon it as well. Very positive. Got a few things coming up. No way, Scotty Ballotti Bean. Are you absolutely having a giraffe? I am so excited. Now, I mentioned on my presenter page the other day that I always had for you a very special type of garnet. I mentioned for you that I had the rarest at gem quality, the rarest garnet in the world, and that's what this is described as in many different places. I have mentioned that on my Rebecca Redican presenter. If you want to add me on Facebook or want to go and like it, feel free, because I'm always letting you into some nosy stuff on there. I got told this morning when I came in, it's actually been taken out of the schedule. Scott's been away and found it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. We have been chasing and chasing to go and get this. It is one of the rarest gemstones in the world. And actually, we are going to be going to a very short break. And one thing I will say is, if you're about to leave us on Freeview now, obviously, we'll always say to you, oh, don't go. But really, no, don't go for this one. This is a gemstone that when I mentioned it on my Facebook page, the comments I had were, I didn't even know that existed, or I didn't even know that JewelleryMaker ever did that. As far as I'm concerned, I've never ever seen this. The rarity of this is absolutely unrivaled. Oh my gosh. You ready? I can't wait for this. This is coming up in your 12 o'clock hour. Oh my goodness! Wow. It is your demantoid garnet, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to do your research on it in the next sort of 3 minutes, absolutely do so. It's spelled DEMANTOID, garnet. Do your research, because you're not going to believe what you've got here. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This is very, very, very special. And in fact, if you've got the law book, there is a whole section dedicated to this. Go and have a look at it because you're about to fall in love. This is so, so, so special. I can't even explain to you. The rarity of this puts the likes, puts diamond to shame, puts many other gems to shame as well. That is so exciting. That's coming up for you. Okay, I'm really quickly just going to remind you of this stunning charm because I've been given 50 back of these ones, ladies and gentlemen, because basically we got a small collection of this in, and then Scott basically, while he was looking for that most rare of rare gemstones, he managed to find this. Got 50 of these. He found the last 50 of them because basically when we get it in our schedule, it's hard to basically you can't always get the full quantity in, but he's managed to because he's done it in a separate day, so he's managed to get 50 more of these ones in for us if you're just tuning in. This is a big, beautiful, bold 925 crown-like heart space. So the reason it's described as your heart is because you have got the heart in the side of this. It's brand spanking new to us. I have the last 60-ish of these now for you, ladies and gentlemen. Just stunning. Scott is going to ask you, Helen. Oh, not on air. Oh, right. Good. Scott's going to ask you something on the break, Helen.
Oh.
You're going to like the question. When are you next with us, Helen?
Oh, I'm on for the hour, I think.
You are on for the hour, fab.
And then I'm...
That's what he was going to ask you.
Oh, next... Oh, I can't remember. Next week.
Next week at some point. Do not go anywhere. One of the rarest ever gems in the world coming up in a minute. Stay.
Get interactive with JewelleryMaker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.